that hearing, prosecutors went on offense over Trump's threats. That was a big part of what we reported. Judge warning him about his own conduct and scheduled another hearing, which brings us to what you see here today. Now, this is the footage we have. We will show you what we have. We don't have a million shots, but I can show you, isolated on the left, defendant Donald Trump sitting right there. This was a hearing on evidence and rules for a protective order. Trump had to legally appear in this hearing, which is another step towards his criminal trial. I can also report for you that according to his lawyers, he didn't want to do this, didn't want to be there. He was forced legally in the spot you see seated there because his lawyers argued that he should be able to skip some of the hearings. The judge disagreed, ordering his participation today. And so there were a few photographers able to capture just these images from inside. As we've told you, New York doesn't allow video, otherwise we'd have interesting video of the whole thing.
Hey, hi everybody.
Trump was in that live video feed. The prosecutors want this protective order to stop Trump from disclosing any secret evidence that's internal to the court process.
Good evening, everybody. Who is ready to see DeSantis tomorrow? He wanna So DeSantis tomorrow. I am reading Twitter right now, okay, and and people are fighting really bad. DeSantis versus Trump. People are fighting already, okay. So like this girl, she said DeSantis is announcing he's running in a Twitter space because he cannot gather thousands of people in person like Trump. Oh my god. So this is a Trump supporter, of course. Okay, so let me see this guy. Okay, so this guy, I believe this guy is a DeSantis supporter, right? He said Donald Trump is no longer president. He was one of the worst presidents in history. So, and he said that DeSantis is gonna win. Okay. I mean, I want some Republicans to come over here in the box and tell me what they think, who they're gonna choose, DeSantis or Trump. Tell me, guys, here in the comments too. Who you guys gonna choose, DeSantis or Trump? Trump, okay. So I see some people Trump. This one says Scott. Janice, yeah, he's gonna announce tomorrow with Elon Musk, like you say here. So that will be in Florida. They will be together, Elon Musk and DeSantis. Okay, so these people say actually more people supporting Trump. Yeah, I mean, I see earlier today was like a random poll from YouTube and in that and the, no, Rogelio, yeah, he's gonna be running tomorrow. Absolutely, he's going to announce tomorrow in Miami. He will be with Elon Musk and announce that he will be running. Okay, so I see most of the people they are supporting Trump. Okay. Okay, so this guy say Trump is a traitor. Okay, Trump and Musk. Okay. Oh, this girl Rosanna, she says she support both. Okay. Yes, they changed the Rogelio. They changed Florida law to allow the Santis to run. Okay, I see most of the people they still supporting Trump. Absolutely. Okay. I mean, I am a Democrat, of course, but I rather have Trump in fighting with Biden than DeSantis because uh, Biden around, so it would be easy to do it again.
Hey, ¿cómo está? What's going on? Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm asking for Republicans to come on and tell me who they're gonna be supported because I am reading through Twitter right now and they fighting really bad in Twitter, but most of the people they are supporting Trump. Yes, yeah, most of the people. Exactly. Yeah, and then it will be tomorrow. He going to announce tomorrow in Miami. So there will be a bunch of Trump supporters down there protesting. Hey, what's going on, Cold War?
What's up, man?
Hey, are you a Trump supporter?
I love Trump, baby.
You love Trump? So you choose Trump or DeSantis, I mean.
Huh?
Who you gonna choose, Trump or DeSantis?
No, I'm gonna choose Trump, and then after Trump, we're gonna choose DeSantis. You know what I mean? We're gonna run it for like a good, 12 years. Make sure we keep the Democrats out. Why not? What will you vote for Joe Biden?
You know, there is something that DeSantis say to his donor that I
I'm gonna tell
kinda
you the
agree
good
with
reason
him.
why we should vote for Trump. But
Let me tell you
all right,
something.
go
Hold
ahead.
on. There is something that DeSantis say to his donors that I agree. He say Trump can't win, and that is the truth, and it's already proven. Trump is a loser, man.
How is that?
How is that?
Have you seen what's going
He
on
lost.
around you right
He
now, or you
lost the
just
House in 2018.
he what?
He lost the House in 2018. He lost the presidency in 2020, the Senate and the House. And in 2022,
Oh yeah,
everybody
all right.
was expecting
Have
a
you
red
been
wave, and never happened.
Have you been paying attention what's going on, bro? The media's fucking brainwashing everybody out there, bro.
Yeah?
All they
How?
push is why they don't be pushing all this racism shit, bro. You go watch Univision, right? When have you seen Univision say anything positive about Donald Trump?
I don't
Or
watch
listen,
Univision. Max,
listen.
did you watch Univision?
Yes, I do.
Max, you
I'm
watch
Hispanic, bro.
Univision?
What you thought I was white because I supported Trump? You thought I was white because I supported Trump? Well, you
I
watch it.
don't watch. I don't even watch TV, my friend. I don't even watch TV.
You are a liar if you telling me you don't watch a Univision,
No,
bro.
I don't watch TV.
Bro, every Hispanic that I know watch Univision, bro. Oh, well, a lot of the shit that he be saying comes from there. The Tony.
I don't watch them. I don't watch. I don't exactly.
So where do he get all his information from? Because he be putting out some
Different
stuff that
places.
you
I,
only.
I listen. I am Spanish too. I have been watching TV almost 5 years already.
So you telling me y'all
You
don't get
see?
your stuff from CNN? Where y'all get your
I
stuff?
don't watch TV, and I telling you,
Tell me
and
your
I am doing it
sources
sorry
where y'all
very
get your
clear.
info from.
You know,
Tell me
Every
sources.
sometimes
MAGA, every
Tell me the
MAGA.
sources. Tell
Listen,
me the source where you get your
every
info
MAGA
from.
got a two composition very clear. It's ignorant and it's cowards in the same
Let,
time. It's the both
listen
in
to
the
this.
same time.
I watch
give
from
me your source where you get
ABC
all your info
sometime,
from.
MSNBC,
I'm still waiting.
Politico, different places, even
Bro,
Fox
you
News
lying.
sometimes.
Bro, you. All right, show me where you got this one right now. Pull it up in your phone where you got
This one that
the
is
one
right
right now.
there,
Yeah, yeah.
this is
Pull it
from
up in.
Twitter. This is from Twitter. This one right here from Twitter. It's all over Twitter right now,
Yes.
right?
So,
And I am
so
watching people fighting right now. A lot of Trump supporters and the Santin supporters, they are fighting right now. But actually, most of the people, they are supporting Trump.
I mean,
So, but why you choose Trump? What is the reason? Why you love him so much?
why I love him so much? Because
Yes.
I don't like paying taxes, and I like the way the economy
Are,
was going, the
are
way it
you
was
are
running.
you rich? You are rich. You are a millionaire.
Is another rich guys in the
I'm not rich, but
TikTok.
I got money, so
But you are, I mean,
I'm
okay.
not poor
If
either.
you
The money too.
you
I
have
got
you have
$200
over
in my
a
pocket now.
million. You have over $1 million.
I wouldn't. Why would I say that?
No. It just you
No,
can just say
because
no.
listen,
Okay, so you're
Anthony,
telling me
every Trump support
so paying
pretend
taxes is
is a
good.
millionaire.
Paying more taxes is good.
Every Trump support pretend is the millionaire or tomorrow is a be a millionaire.
You don't
Every
have
Okay,
to
Trump
be a
because
support.
you don't have to be a billionaire to support him. I mean, you support Joe Biden, and he supports he supports the kids should be trans. So you support
exactly.
that. So that means you a pedo.
If
Is that
you are
what you're
poor and
saying?
you support Trump, there is something wrong with you. It's what I believe.
No, no, no,
Oh yeah. So
yeah.
well, Joe Biden
Very wrong, very wrong. You need the
Joe Biden
hospital.
support the shit about the kids. So that means you a pedo then.
Who?
What?
That means you like kids. That means you like turning kids into trans. That what you're saying? Because you support Biden.
Where you
Who
got
tell
this
you that?
information, bro? I think, in
Where's
my
the
opinion,
information,
you're
bro?
right.
Look at his.
Listen, if you believe
Listen,
it,
listen to
if you
Kamala
believe it,
Harris. She's
Biden
talking
is
about the gender.
pedophile.
She said it
Why
herself,
you
bro.
don't? Why you don't present the evidence in court, bro? To at least start some trial, at
So you tell her
least.
there's not a bunch of videos of Joe Biden sniffing kids around him.
Or it's a bunch
Okay,
of videos.
tell
So
me. Okay,
now we are
Sniffing,
the
hey,
bro.
let me
video
fact
man.
check
This
this
is
Sniffing,
the
right
bro.
away.
video
Let me
man.
fact
This
check
is
this
the
right away.
video man
Tell me where
now.
I can get that information. Tell me.
Go anywhere. You can even go on TikTok right now. You on TikTok, right?
Okay,
No.
I
Tell me.
just want you to
Go
show
on
me
TikTok.
the
Put Joe Biden
evidence
the
where
kids
you
sniffing.
say Biden is the pedophile because you got to prove it. You got a video. So we can go to the any attorney office and we can present the evidence and at least start the trial in
Pero
court. At least.
he's not a convicted pedophile, but he's a pedophile tendencies.
Oh my God! I don't
You
talking
know,
about
Pedophile
let,
convict.
tendencies.
When you be convicted, you have to have the trial
You
first.
got
But you need to open the accusation first.
so
If you can try to doing
you told
this,
us
but
already.
you
Where's
just
the
talk
you
proof?
know,
bullshit, como
You
la
told
vieja
us the racist.
chismosa
Where's
de
the proof of
barrio.
Trump being
That's
racist?
it.
Where's
but
the
Let's
truth?
the gaso.
all right.
Let's
Where's
the
the
Hey
proof
gaso.
guys,
of Trump being racist if you accusing
hey
him?
guys,
Come on, pull it
let's
out.
listen to Rick. Hey Rick, what's going on?
What's going on? I was
How you
just
doing?
wanting to point out one little fact here. They all got us separated, man. They've got us all fighting with each other over nothing. And think about it. Every politician has dirt, and we're sitting here arguing as if one of them's a good guy. None of them are good guys. None of them are going to help you. They're not going to pay your rent. They're not going to look out for you. You know what I
Exactly.
mean?
I
Wait,
agree.
did you really
That's it.
just
So,
I
tell
agree
me?
with you because I live with Trump, with Bill Clinton, I live with Obama, and I still have to
I
work. I'm
mean, yeah,
doing whatever I need to do. We're talking
I
about
agree,
the
but
direction for this country. We
you know,
worry about the direction for the
Rick,
country, not about me.
Rick, these people, the Trump supporters especially, they believe that Trump is the savior, that he was sent here by God, and these people they are losing their mind.
so who's better than Trump? Joe Biden?
Oh
Absolutely,
my God, I
he's
don't know.
better than
Maybe
Trump.
you
Yeah,
dog.
If you
Maybe
believe
you dog.
you
Maybe
maybe
your own dog is better than Donald Trump.
oh my god, I don't even understand half of the shit he be saying.
No problem, but your own dog. You know the dog? Maybe your dog is better than Donald Trump.
The what? The dog?
if these people cared anything about us, do you think they'd be letting in the cartel with guns and then they separate the families and
Wait,
children, but they
wait,
can't
wait, wait.
separate the guns from the cartel? You don't see what's going on. You don't see
You
what the
think that?
narrative, what they're pushing, what
Wait,
they're
Bro,
doing.
they making it seem, bro, nobody said
Do you
about
understand there
Trump.
is a cartel
Trump
in the
wanted
United States that
immigrants, bro.
that
It's all
receive
about
the
illegal
drugs and
immigrants,
They're all
bro.
over the
distribute them?
border.
No, no, no,
They
no, no,
just
no,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Tony,
all over.
you complete wrong, Tony. Is the bad people is the Mexico, and the American is the victim. Is the poor
And,
girl,
and there
and
is
the
another.
cartel send the
You,
drug go by
you know,
himself in the 50 states,
let me say
and
this.
we
Let me
don't
say this.
send guns to
You
the
know,
cartel.
there is one cartel in Mexico. You know, the cartels in Mexico they just send drugs, right? But the cartel in the United States, they get the drugs here in the United States and then send them guns, bullets, and everything. So there is two cartels here. So
Yeah, and they go back and forth, and then they'll
Yes,
tell
that's
Exactly,
you
right.
it's
that he's a
the
good guy.
business in the two country. You are in the middle.
all right, let's see a Cuban. Hey, what's going, Cuban? What's going on?
Hey, what's up, brother? I'm just listening. Like the same thing every day, every day, every day, every day. They don't want to. They don't understand. That it's not Mexico fault. I mean, see, it's not Mexican fault. About everything. Like they just like they like to blame. Mexico for about cartel, about everything. And they don't want to. They don't want to say that the cartel, the guns, and everything, you know.
All the money he sent to the
Let's say,
cartels,
let's say,
all the
let's say, let's
guns
say the
is nothing, no
let's say,
represent nothing.
let's say, let's say the supplies. Let's say like that,
Exactly.
Let's say like that. The supplies,
The
the
money and the supplies to
yeah,
the
the money
cartels
and the
coming for
supplies that
United
have,
States.
like cartels in Mexico, is provided by is provided by United States of America.
Yes,
They don't.
absolutely.
Like
Let's hear my friend Jeff. Hey, Jeff, what's going on?
so.
How are you, sir? Nice to
How you
see you.
doing? Good to see you, man.
My name is Jeff.
Yeah, somebody said,
All right,
somebody
I,
said,
I see
somebody said,
Jeff.
hey,
I
hey,
see
hold
Jeff.
on.
Hold
Somebody
on,
said,
Cuba. Hold on, Cuba.
no, no, say,
My name is
Hold on,
Jeff.
Cuba.
let me answer this guy. Somebody said, no, no, say, who give a shit about Mexico? We care about Mexico. You piece of
Absolutely.
shit.
Yeah, it's the second commercial partner for United
Yeah,
States.
we care about
Everybody care
Mexico.
about Mexico, but these people believe it. He don't need nobody else. I understand.
Who
You
said
don't care
that?
about Mexico
Because it's
because you
what the
are a piece of
Not
television
shit.
tells
racist in
You
them
the
are
to
the
front.
do.
motherfucker. Yeah, that's why, because you are a motherfucker. That's why you don't care
Okay,
about
hold
Mexico.
on, Cuba. Hold on, Cuba. Let Jeff. Go ahead, Jeff.
No, you know why I got mad, because my wife is Mexican, and I
My
have a
I
name is
know,
son,
yeah.
Jeff.
I
But
have a
but
son,
but
that
watch
is
but watch watch the
Mexican American,
comments, okay?
and
Watch the
I don't
comments.
like these
People
motherfuckers
people in
talk
the
to
comments they
talk.
support Mexico 100%. So it's just one guy that is a random racist that he don't even have a picture in the profile. So don't worry about those
Okay,
kind of
okay, sorry about
people.
that. I do apologize, bro.
Yeah, yeah, I
Sorry.
see him. Okay, go ahead, Jeff.
Yeah,
Who's
so I
beer?
support Mexico 100%. No doubt in my mind, a bigger part of the problem is our companies, right? A lot of people that are struggling from South America are coming up because they want to find a new life. They want to find a new place. That's what our country was founded on. So
Exactly.
we're looking to build a wall under Trump, right? Trump was caught stealing from a $2 million fine for that. Had his charity closed, and this is the man we're looking that's going to represent America. And you know, right? So, then on top of all that, he had undocumented people in his companies who
Yes.
actually came out against him and were pissed off at him for his nasty comments of there are bad people coming across the border, there are drug dealers, there are
They are.
rapists, uh so
But what
that's
you
the
say,
joke.
Cold War say something. What you say, Cold?
You telling me that it's not bad people coming in through the borders? Do you know
I
who
Of
mean,
course, it's
who
bad
Yeah,
people
fucking
yeah,
sent
coming.
those
It's the same
messages?
time
of course,
in
there is
your
a,
That's
town,
exactly the same
close to
information.
your
yeah,
house,
hold on.
got a
One
How
at a
do
bad
you
time.
know
people
that?
too.
One at a
Listen,
time.
just a moment. Close
One at
to
a
your
time.
house,
How
in
do
your
you know
family,
every
probably in your
single?
family, you got a bad
Listen,
people too.
retard. Shut up for a minute.
Yes, yes,
Shut
just
up for a
no,
in
second.
your
Listen.
fucking
Shut
family,
scenario.
up
Let
for
me
a
let
got
me
a
minute.
answer
retard
everybody.
too.
That's
say
And
what
your
makes you
own
something.
problem,
family
bro. You don't
got a
listen.
bad
Of
people
course.
Nobody's
too.
listening.
I agree
Let me
that.
You're still
Excuse
brainwashing.
me,
You don't
excuse
have
me,
no
excuse me,
knowledge
excuse
of
me, excuse me,
anything, bro.
excuse me. Let me tell you
No,
something.
let
Let
me
me tell you
finish
something.
because I was talking.
Let
You
me tell you
interrupt me.
something, please.
Let me
Let me tell you
finish.
something.
Let me finish. Let me
Of course,
finish.
there are people, there are bad
Let
people
me
coming into
finish.
the United States, but
Nobody
they are
said
not all
anything. You're
Mexican.
not listening,
Hey,
bro.
they are not all
You're in your
Mexican.
feelings,
Why you
bro.
guys
You in
always?
your
Why
feelings,
are you
bro.
guys always blaming Mexican people?
Thank you.
Nobody blame. Who
Why?
said blame who?
What?
Are
Why?
you not
That's not right, bro.
listening? Listen, get off
What
your
is the
feelings for a
hate?
second. Get off your feelings. Stop crying. Get off your feelings.
Okay,
Thank
let
you,
him finish.
Tony.
Let
No,
him
fuck
The
finish.
you.
only
As
You,
crying
my
is
friend.
you
Hey,
because
you,
as
my
Donald
friend.
you
Trump
Hey,
fucking
agree.
kicking his ass for the White House and you cry for
Listen,
2 years
listen,
like little
Ricardo.
baby, like little
Ricardo.
bitch.
Yeah, you. It sounds good on TikTok.
it doesn't matter. Fuck you. You're the one. Fuck it.
You. It doesn't matter. Fuck you.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Tony.
fuck you,
Hey,
bitch.
Fuck you.
guys, take it easy. Hey, take it easy, okay?
He didn't let me finish,
Okay,
bro. Duke is on his feelings. Oh man. I said,
hold
how
on,
do
hold
you
on.
know every
Okay,
single
okay.
immigrant
So
that's
I don't
what
give a
coming
you?
to the
fuck. I
So
don't
border
give a fuck.
is a
I don't give a
good
let
fuck.
me
working
Why you
immigrant?
guys
let
That's
are
what
me
you're
only
talking
hold on,
always
about.
hold on,
always
hold on,
blaming
Cuban,
So,
hold
Mexico?
on,
so you
hold on,
telling
hold
me
on,
every
Cuban,
single
Okay, okay,
immigrant in
so
here
Cuban,
is
hold on,
coming in
Cuban,
here
hold on.
illegally?
Hey, everybody,
Hey,
respect the
okay,
host.
Cold
okay,
War,
okay,
Core,
See how
okay,
you're not
okay,
Cold
gonna
War.
make
okay.
any sense, bro?
What percent of the people crossing the border you think they are criminal? What percent?
I won't know, but I know there will be a few. How do
Yeah,
you
but
know that?
yeah,
Have
but
you
how
done a
A
many?
background
few.
check in
How
every
many are
single
bad?
person? They
How
are
many are
coming in
bad?
illegally, bro. Do you know when do you
So,
know what
Right.
so you don't
illegally
even
What?
have
is?
idea what you're
That means
talking
that
about, right?
you don't check their IDs. That means they'll
So,
just come in and they'll
so
do. You
Cold
don't
Hold on.
War.
know
Wait a
that,
minute.
bro.
All right.
There's ways that you can do illegally where
So
you'll put in
Cold.
Yeah,
your
I could tell
paperwork,
you.
right?
I
So
could tell you
Cold.
You'll put in your
how much.
paperwork, you'll put in your information,
Okay,
and once
Core.
they run
This guy,
everything, if
Cold.
you pass
Jeff,
all the
he have the
documents, then
data,
they'll
okay?
come in, bro.
Cold.
That's how this shit
Cold.
works, bro. But these
All
people
right.
do not
Cold.
understanding
Hold
that,
on,
Cold.
bro.
Core, hold on. Go
Cold.
ahead, Jeff.
So listen, Cold. Did Donald Trump, when he hired these people, did he vet them?
Bro, I'm telling you how that process works,
No,
bro.
no,
You're
no.
not
Answer the
understanding.
question. Answer the
Okay,
question. The
so you
president of the
telling
United States, was caught with undocumented
how you gonna be
immigrants
go immigrants to
in his
undocumented stuff?
companies. Did he vet them? No, they accepted
No.
false paperwork, didn't check it. He didn't vet them. So if you're so worried about
Where
criminals,
you?
if you're the president, why wouldn't you vet them when they come working in your
So you're
companies?
telling me that only us are the only ones who got immigration laws? Check Mexico; they have immigration laws. Let's bet
What?
them
Well,
some money
Why are
then.
you
you are
talking
So
deflecting
about
his
right now,
these
okay?
people?
This is what you're
People,
doing.
we
You're
don't understand what
deflecting
he's
right now.
saying.
yes.
How I'm deflecting? You can Google that, bro. Every
No,
single
no,
country
we were
has
talking about all the
No,
immigration
shit.
but
Then
laws,
yeah,
now
but
you
bro.
So
change the
why is
But
subject.
Donald
then
Trump?
everybody wants
after
to
you
come
say
to the
Biden is a
USA so they
Pedofile
pedophile,
can.
because you see
Nobody wants
one
to come to
video.
Mexico.
Who believe in
I'm
you?
speaking
Nobody
facts, bro. You
else.
just heard. You just
All
heard.
right.
That's all.
Hey, let's see El Papi Chulo, who is another Trump supporter.
Yeah, but
Papi Chulo, go ahead.
everybody has immigration law. I don't know why they're talking like
Yes.
That's
that.
right.
That
You damn right
they
about that.
shouldn't be
I mean,
talking
yeah,
like
I'm
that
right
because
about that.
everybody
exactly.
have
But you
immigration
wanna,
law.
Every
All
country
right,
has.
Mexico,
hold
United
on,
States,
hold on, guys, hold on.
everyone.
Let's hear Papi Chulo, who is another Trump supporter. Go ahead, Papi Chulo.
45,000 murders happened in like 2015 or 16. They were all drug-related murders in Mexico. Listen, a lot of good people come from there. I don't have an issue with that, but they have to come over here the
Hold
right
on, hold
way.
on, hold on, hold on, hold
Yeah,
on.
that's
Stop
what I'm
there, stop
telling
there,
them,
stop
bro.
there.
That these
You say
people don't listen
40?
to
You say
shit, bro.
how many people you say?
About 45,000 murders happened I believe in 2015, 16,
Oh,
or
you believe?
17.
You're not
Okay,
sure. You
okay,
say you believe.
okay,
You're not
okay,
sure.
okay.
Look at this
Yeah,
guy. He's
you
on
can
his
look it up.
feelings. He's
You can
about to
look
I
it
mean,
up.
you
cry.
got no. You gotta be sure
He's
when you're
about
Anyway,
to
talking
cry,
about.
hey,
bro.
well,
You cannot
just a
say that I
moment. Papi
believe.
Chulo,
I believe
Papi
not.
Chulo,
That's not.
listen,
No, no,
listen,
no.
Cuban.
hey, you can
Papi
look it up.
Chulo,
You got.
You
You
can
Papi
got.
look
You
it
Chulo
up.
is
gotta be
another
sure.
one.
You gotta
He
be sure
don't
what you're talking
understand
about. Don't
nothing
say I
about
People
believe.
get
That's
Mexico
not
scared,
what you're
bro. They
immigration.
saying.
don't want in their
Hey,
Hey
feelings.
hey,
guys,
just a moment, Cuba.
Hold on, one
Papi
at a
guys,
Chulo is
time, guys.
another one. He want to everybody's
Look,
coming
look at the
legally
lip cards.
to
They
United
all got
States, but
tatted
he
up
don't
pussies and
understand
all of that.
nothing.
Look.
He
all right,
don't
guys.
understand the Mexican poor people. He cannot process nothing in the embassy in
Ignacio,
Mexico.
hold on.
Hey,
No,
Nothing.
let,
Hold on,
hold on,
welcome them.
Hold on,
I
one at a
welcome
time,
them.
Hey
one at a time.
guys,
Okay,
hold on.
let's do
Max,
this, guys. Let's do this. Hold on, let's do this, guys. Okay, so let's go. Already pointing out that he believe. I mean, he said that in Mexico, like in 5 years, 45,000 people is what you say, right?
No, and And one of those years, 2015, 2016, 2017, one of those years, en un año, 45,000 personas
Okay.
murieron.
Okay.
That's
Let
a
me
lot of
point out
people.
something to you. Let me point out something. Okay. In 2021 in the United States, 46,000 people died with gun related. Okay. So let's hear Jeff and then Cuban and then Ignacio. So
Yeah,
go
but
right, Jeff.
that's drug related. That's
So,
serious
so,
stuff, man.
all
Go
right.
On
ahead,
So,
top
Jeff.
of that,
all
on
right.
top of
So,
that, you got
again,
7 cartels
Poppy.
running around doing crazy
Hey,
nonsense,
Okay,
murdering
okay,
people.
Papi
here, Jeff.
Chulo, you talk,
Wait.
everybody talk. Now is the
Excuse me,
time
I
for
Let's hear
talking.
Jeff.
Jeff. Let's hear Jeff. Jeff.
Oh,
Go ahead,
So
Jeff.
I wanna relegate my time to Max because Max is in here.
Mas.
He was in earlier. He's up.
Okay.
He's up
Go
at the
ahead,
top.
Mas.
hey guys, thank you again for letting me back up. Like I said, I typically only come up here when I hear stupid people, so that we can check them so as quickly as possible. You know, with the stat of how many drug-related crimes there were in Mexico, do you believe? Now, I ask this very calmly because I usually get very loud when I ask these questions. Do you believe that with considering how many gun-related crimes are committed in the U.S., do you believe that other countries should shut their doors on Americans?
Papi, that's for Papi Chulo, right?
Oh, I'm sorry, you talking to me?
Sure,
Yes.
sure.
So I
Anyone.
do believe that being people should follow the law. Very simple.
That's
You know,
not what
we
I
make
asked.
laws for a reason.
Papi Chulo, that's not what I asked you. I asked you, and I'll ask again nicely this time. Do you believe with all the gun-related crime that we have in the US, do you believe that other countries should close their doors to Americans?
No, no,
No, you don't
because
believe
we have.
you don't
Listen,
but
we
but wait a
listen.
minute. So
I'm
then
gonna I'm gonna
so
tell you.
then so then the drug related so
We
because of the drug related crimes that Mexico may have, you believe that we should make sure that none of their people come here.
no. Listen, I welcome everybody. What I'm trying to convey to you is that you got to come here the right way. You got to vet these people. We don't want criminals here. We don't want them. We
We
don't
got
want them.
we
Okay.
got enough
And
criminals
how
Okay,
now. We're
wait a
gonna
minute.
okay,
get more.
okay.
Wait. In Mexico, wait a minute. Didn't Mexico and didn't the Mexican officials and our border patrol catch one of the most wanted Afghan terrorists?
Yes,
So then
yes,
wouldn't that indicate that we're doing our job as best as we can? Because there's never going to
yes.
be 100%, right?
Yeah,
Can
of
we agree
course.
to that? There's
Yeah,
never
of
going to be
course.
100%. Okay, so don't you think that our border patrol and the Mexican government's side of the border patrol is doing the best that they can to keep people who should not be coming into this country? Don't you think that they're doing as best as they can? If
They
100% is not possible and they're catching who they can catch, don't you think that's good?
they need to do a lot more. They need a lot of more
Okay,
support. They you let me
Mexico
explain. They need
Mexico is investing 1.5.
Oh, I don't know what happened with
McDonald's
Okay,
Wi-Fi,
Jeff,
bro.
Jeff, let me talk, Jeff.
Okay,
No.
Jeff,
Jeff,
What
go
happened?
ahead, Jeff.
What
McDonald's
happened with
Wi-Fi,
what
bro.
happened with Max?
yeah.
I don't know. He look. Oh, he's coming.
You
He's
gotta
coming again.
you
He's
gotta
coming
get
again.
closer
Oh
to
man.
McDonald's.
I bet somebody is reporting him. Oh,
No,
okay,
no,
he's
no,
back.
no, no, it's fine. It's probably my weekend.
Go
It's
ahead,
He was
Max.
probably
working on a bunch of
my Obama
conspiracies.
Wi-Fi. Um, right?
No, Biden. Biden.
No, no, my Wi-Fi is from Obama's period, the best president we've ever had. So,
The worst.
um, if
Amen.
if we're doing absolutely everything possible to make sure that we're catching, which we've caught more illegal immigrants and deported more illegal immigrants during Biden's presidency. We've caught more drugs crossing the border than during Trump's presidency. If we're doing everything possible and we're catching all the things, what is the problem?
The
What more?
problem is that
What
we don't have. Listen, we need to do a better job holding people back and vetting them. We need to do that.
we're
And that's a fact,
catching?
right?
We're catching
We
everyone we
we
possibly
need.
can. So you're saying you need it to be
I
perfect?
I personally believe that we're going to invade Mexico with all this cartels running around doing all this murder. They're killing the government over there.
Why?
These
Why?
cartels are
I
actually
mean,
killing the
I
government
The
just
over
have a
there.
government.
question
Wait a
real quick.
minute.
I just have a question
The
real quick.
government
Why
is.
are you talking? Why you talking about cartel too much, knowing that I already told you the car. No, every year receive like an 80% of the gang of the cartel are taken from here from the United States. I mean, why are you talking too much
The,
about the cartels?
the
The
United
problem,
States
bro.
invaded.
They have been financing from here from the United States from people from the United States.
The United States invaded Panama to go get Noriega. I believe that's going to happen in Mexico. I
No,
think
it's not
they're
gonna
going to go
happen.
ahead and they're going to invade them.
It's not
You,
gonna
you,
happen.
And
you,
it's not.
so
It's not.
you
Hold on, hold on,
drink too
hold on.
much.
Hey,
You
let's
call
go one at a time. Let's hear Jeff, and then Cuba.
Jeff.
Go, Jeff.
So, Poppy, you keep talking about uh, people coming here and vetting them. Why do our companies, if it's illegal to hire them, including Donald Trump's companies, why do they hire them without vetting them? If
It's
you're,
called
if they're
cheap
breaking the,
labor, bro.
yeah,
Cheap
they're breaking the law.
labor.
They're breaking the law. Are you law and order? Are you a man of law and order?
I'm just telling you. You asked a question, I answer.
Are
It's
you?
called cheap
Are
labor.
okay? Are you a man of law and order?
You ask a question, I answer it. It's called
Man.
cheap
I
labor.
just asked
Don't
you. Are
don't
you
the
a
illegal
man?
immigrants get paid less? Do they get paid less?
Are
Yes or no?
you?
It's a simple question.
Yes, yes.
Okay, there
They
you go.
get
That's your
taken
answer.
advantage of. They get
That's your
threatened with
answer.
Let's go to the order. Let Jeff talk, and we go in order because everybody talking at the same time it doesn't work.
So the man that led the United States, he has a 3-decade history of hiring them, but he stands up on a podium and tells all you losers that we need a wall to keep them out and we need that, and you guys fall in line with his story, even though he's got them working in his companies at that moment.
Yeah,
Like how ridiculous is this? Not to mention the
massively.
fact that Steve Bannon, one of his right-wing people during his campaign, was in charge of a Go Build a Wall fund that raised millions of dollars from Trump supporters, and they stole it. And then Donald Trump gave him a pardon so he didn't have to face jail time. Are you
Hey,
kidding me with this crap?
was that a CNA news?
Oh
You
no,
can
See,
look
man,
it up
come on.
anywhere you
That
want.
that
You
should
can look it
not
up
be
on
maybe,
that
any
big a
maybe.
news
deal.
source.
I'm googling it right now, bro.
Do it. Do it.
Okay,
Wow.
Look, it came
okay.
up on
So,
CNN.
Let's hear
wow.
Cuban.
Let me look
Cuban. Go ahead,
CNN.
Cuban.
Look
Hold
CNN.
on. Go ahead, Cuban. Go ahead,
No,
Cuban.
let's Ignacio talk. I'm just
Oh,
reading the comments.
Okay, okay.
okay.
Go
Listen,
ahead.
listen. Let me explain something to you very clear in my bad English, my Tona Montana English, because I really don't fucking care about. I don't give a damn. And let me explain to you very clear what I'm thinking about. This is the new American citizen. He don't believe in any institution. He don't believe in the Justice Department. He don't believe in official elections. He don't believe in the FBI. He want to close the FBI. Okay?
Fact.
He don't believe in absolute nothing. He's the new American citizen who believe only in Donald Trump, a piece of shit criminal who foundation have to pay millions of dollars to don't go in trial, have to pay millions of dollars to the university fake he create. He's been convicted in the civil court to sexual aggression, he's been convicted for defamation, and that is nothing that is true. Is the victimized, you know what I mean? And in the same
Exactly.
time, you're talking about the cartel in Mexico, but nobody talking about the cartel in Texas, in Florida, in all the states for United States who receive the drug, make
New
a
York.
distribution in the 50 state, laundering the money, send cash money to the cartels and send all the guns the cartel needed. So it's the business and the both side. And these people here, Papi Chulo, say to me that he believe in the right immigration. And they have to be legally to this country because he live, I don't know, maybe in Disneylandia He believe in Disney because he don't know the poor people in any country can go to the embassy for United States and process
Yeah,
the legal visa to go out to his place to come into the United States. Whatever people in Mexico, he can go to the embassy to process the visa. I guarantee you, he don't pick a tomato in the farms
agree,
because it's
agree.
very simple to understand that. But he don't live in any country. He only live here, and he don't have no idea how is the real world. That is
You got it
my aftertell.
confused with
Absolutely.
My
Obama.
question
Go
Obama
ahead.
is,
was the one that
Hold
did
on,
so
the
Papi
how
Chulo.
you
Hold
gonna
on, Papi Chulo.
Fast and
immigrate come
Furious.
the
Hold on,
legal
Papi Chulo.
way?
It's call. Go ahead,
How
call.
hard is that?
Go ahead. Call.
Oh shit. Oh my bad.
Go ahead.
Oh, I said my point in it is why is it so difficult for you to understand that why would they want to come legally? I don't get it. Why is it so difficult? Let's do it the legal way.
It
Why
just, it's just
why is that
you say
bothers
this.
you? Why
Hold
it
on, hold
bothers
on,
you to come the
hold on,
legal
hold on.
way? I mean,
You
give me an
you say
explanation
this
on that.
for a position of privilege, okay? So if you are a person, you just need to put yourself in other people's shoes, right? If you are a person in Honduras, in Guatemala, in Nicaragua, and you have nothing to feed your children, and
Right.
you cannot find a job, and you are living really bad, you probably gonna do the same, okay? This is why you need to put your shoes in other people's shoes, you know?
I get that, but you have to understand there's laws everywhere, bruh.
Yeah, I get it. Cuban, go ahead,
So
Cuban.
that why you breaking the laws, it makes it illegal. That's the whole point of the
Yeah,
thing.
but that don't make you
There
a
you go.
criminal, okay? Go ahead,
I never
Cuban.
said that. You
No,
said it.
breaking the law doesn't make you a criminal. You're right. You're right. It doesn't.
It's
Cuban.
Max.
No, no,
Vamos
it's not. Okay,
It
Cuban.
makes you a
Papi
hero.
Chulo, go ahead. It's Papi Chulo and then Mas.
vamos de arriba para abajo. Vamos a empezar de arriba para abajo otra vez si quieren.
Bueno, vamos a empezar. Okay. Yeah, let's start again. Let's start over. Go ahead.
So here's my thing, right? While you have a problem with how people quote unquote come in here illegally or not, right? Because you could never really tell me how many people, what the quantifiable number of people who actually come through the border illegally. There's no way for you to give me that number, right? Because if people who are coming to the border and they present themselves, even if they present themselves to Border Patrol while they're crossing the Rio Grande, once they are caught, they are documented, right? There's a record kept of them, right? Because they can't even deport them without keeping some kind of a record. They now become some kind of there's a document to trace them. So the illegal ones that you're thinking are the ones that just make it across and nobody ever sees them. They're like ghosts that come through the border, right? Whether it be through the desert, over water, through the air when they get thrown by a magical catapult. You can't tell me what that number is. And until you can tell me that number is, your claim is invalid, right? Because you don't know what that number is. It might just be one person that makes it across illegally, right?
Exactly.
How you define it, right? Because everybody else, there's a paper trail for, right? And the one thing that's great about this country, and the thing that was said is, give me your week, right? It said it on the thing. I don't know how many of you took the test, but on the Statue of Liberty, it said, give me your weak and disheveled. This country was built on immigrants, but it seems like and even people from with my shade of skin, us brown people who come out of our faces, that somehow we got here and we got a chance. All of a sudden, we want to kick that ladder down when other people try to do the same thing,
Amen. Hey, listen, you're
right?
100% right. This immigrants. You're 1,000% correct with that. No doubt about it. But I got to tell you right now, it's different times right now. You have a lot of variables that, is just a threat to the United States. Listen, I
Wait,
welcome
hold on a
everybody.
It's
second.
not a
I don't
threat.
care if they're
Hold on a
Mexican.
second.
I don't care if
Whether
they're African.
wait,
Hear me out, please. I don't care if they're from Nigeria, if they're from whatever country you want to come from. I welcome you. I don't have a problem with that. I just don't want criminals here. Do you understand what I'm
we have.
saying?
Wait a minute,
Yeah,
but
I
how
get
do you
it.
tell the difference?
Well,
Let,
that's how
let me
you vet them. That's how you vet
let
them. You
me
see,
ask
you
you a
go ahead.
question, Papi Chulo.
But that's the
Papichulo,
whole
let me ask
point,
you
so
a
they can
question.
come through the
But
living room. So
Do
we
you
can we
hold
can
on,
I
do
hold
it.
on?
think
Let me
this
ask you a
is.
question,
I
Listen,
Papichulo.
think real quick,
So,
real quick.
so what you believe?
I think
Hold
that
on,
even the
Cuba.
criminal.
Hold on, let me ask you a question, Papichulo. What
yes,
do you believe in law enforcement, right?
yes.
Yes, okay. So, according to law enforcement, what is the greatest threat to America right now? Is people coming through the border or people already here in the United States?
Listen, it's a lot of variables. It's a lot of
No, no,
variables.
but according to law enforcement, which one is the greatest threat right now?
Well, I guess the people are coming out the
It's
border.
no, no. It's. Listen, we get a lot of drugs from other countries, of course, because they can't do it over here. You understand what I'm saying? They can't grow cocaine out of here, right? It's got to
Once
But
be
again,
but
it's
but
got to
answer
it's
William,
got
the
to be
that's not
question.
made
the question
in
he's
other
asking.
countries. Bolivia is a problem,
What
right?
answer the
Colombia is
question?
a problem, right? All these
What
other
the question? What you don't answer the
My
question?
God, the law
because
enforcement already told that. This institution already told to the whole
Hold on,
country
Ignacio. Let him
what is
answer,
the
Ignacio.
trade for United. He don't know. He just telling you he believes it's
I'm
the people who
I'm
bring
telling you, listen, it's a
cocaine.
lot of problems,
Eh,
man.
No, no,
Yes,
It's
no,
a
no,
lot
no,
of
no, no,
problems.
no.
Our
I
government
He
is a
asked you.
told
I
problem.
the
asked you.
Other
government,
countries is the
the
problem. The
institution say, listen to me, the institution, what Tony tried to tell you, the institution for security for this country already telling to everybody else in the country what is the first trade in the country. Telling Tony because he don't know.
You don't know, right? Just say if you don't know, that's fine. Okay, that's fine. You don't know, but I'm gonna tell you anyway. Okay. So the
I'm sorry, are you
greatest
talking
threat.
to me? Are you talking to me or are you
Yes,
talking to
yes,
somebody else?
yeah, yeah.
No,
If
because
you
I'm
don't know
listening.
the
I just
answer, that is fine. You don't need to know everything in this world, right? That is fine
I'm
if you don't
I'm
know the
telling
answer.
you,
But
we
the answer
have a
is
ton of
the
problems,
answer.
both
No, but
inland and outer
the thing is
land.
like
We got a
the
ton
thing
of
is like
problems. It's not just one problem and that's it. It's a
But you're
ton
the
of
one
problems.
complaining about the
the
border.
the thing
Yes.
is like
The
I mean a
solution
lot of
to
people.
that problem, is to obey the law. The law is
No,
very clear
the
and simple.
solution the solution of the
Okay.
problem is
So
to clean your house first. You know,
wait, hold on,
clean your house first
hold on,
because
hold on a second,
if
if
you
I
see
can.
if you saw the news like 2 months ago, 2 months ago in Florida and in San Francisco, there were two arrested. You know, two police the work for the police department for over 30 years. They were arrested for trafficking fentanyl. You gotta clean your house first, then you know go
Yeah,
and
I
ask
agree
all
with
the
you.
country to clean
I'm
their
not
house.
disagreeing with you. I agree with you.
You
We
know what
got
I mean?
problems all over the place. We got problems all over the place. But the truth is, at the end of the day, you have to you have to follow the law. That's why we make laws. You have to follow the law.
How many
Very
people are
simple.
breaking the law? How many people are breaking the law?
Listen, a ton of people. I'm going to tell you
How
something.
many? How many?
Even
Give
before
me a
laws
number.
were made,
Give
God
me,
gave us
give me,
laws. All
give
right?
me. I got.
God gave us laws.
Let's
And
not
even
bring
those
fairy
The
people
word
can't
tales.
even
says it.
follow
Read
it.
it, bro.
Let's not
All
bring
right?
fairy tales into
Basic
this.
laws.
I don't
Basic
I
like
laws.
agree.
Harry Potter. I don't like Star Trek. I don't want to talk
I
about
know, but
fantasy.
listen to me.
Let's talk
Basic
about what's
laws
on
like
the
the
ground.
Ten Commandments, people cannot follow those basic laws.
The Ten Commandments, that is allowed. What is that?
Yeah, basic. That's so basic. People
What is
cannot
that?
even follow it.
What is
Here we
that?
go with the fucking religious
What
stuff.
is that?
What
What do
is
you
that,
mean, what
Papa
is
It
that?
Chulo?
falls in that
What is that?
conversation.
Yeah.
If we could
The
just
Ten
ignore that,
Commandments?
Well, yeah. What is that?
let's erase that. It's fucking stupid. I don't like these fairy tale conversations. It just gets annoying, and we start going around in circles. If we're gonna
Absolutely.
stick to the,
Eh,
if we're gonna
yeah.
stick to this conversation,
Let's hear Jess. Hey,
go
Jeff,
ahead.
go ahead,
Go ahead,
Jeff.
Jay.
So let Max finish and then I'll go.
Listen, again, like I was saying, and thank you so much, Jeff. I appreciate you giving me a shot here. If we're gonna have this and it's to say for to save face that certain people shouldn't come that people should be coming in here legally, right? For the most part, the numbers that we're hearing of people that are coming across the border are presenting themselves. They're coming here. They're seeking asylum wherever it is that they're from, right? But what we fail to talk about, and I think it seems to happen every time we have this conversation, is that nobody is saying we need to reform the system, right? There's no reason for
Yeah.
somebody for it to take 10 years
for someone to become a U.S. citizen, right? There's no reason for people have to pay the high amount of legal fees to just be able to get a court date to do so, right? And I say that from experience because I know it took my mother 10 years and she never committed a crime, right? So it wasn't a vetting process. It's a bureaucracy. And let's face it, in this country, if you can keep somebody undocumented as long as possible, that just means that you don't have to pay them the amount that they deserve.
Yeah, I agree, Max. I don't have a problem with that. I really don't have a problem with that. But at the end of the day, you have to follow the law. So if you cut
They're
it down
following
from
the
10
law.
years,
They're
listen,
following
if
the
you cut
law.
it down from 10 years to 2 years, I don't have a
Following the law.
problem with that. If
But
you
they're
cut down
following
the
the law.
legal fee to
But they're following
$15,000,
the law.
$20,000 to like
Why?
$2,000,
Yeah.
I don't have
Why?
a problem
Hey
with that.
guys, hey
Why
guys,
did it cost
hey,
that much
hey,
money?
I need one space, okay? I have somebody else that wants to come up.
I'm going, o sea, me voy a bajar, pero let me answer somebody,
Okay,
and now
go
I'll
ahead,
go
go
it
ahead,
down.
go ahead.
Somebody says in the comment, we don't want you here. Okay, if you don't want us here, you just the only thing you gotta say, the only thing you gotta do is make us out, not the government. You don't want us here, make us out. Y te lo dejo de tarea. Just do it. Go to the street and make us out to see what's happened. Thank you.
Okay, dale, te veo.
Got it, better go.
Look, don't do that. Don't be a dickhead.
No,
Like,
okay,
just
okay.
don't do that.
Who say that, Papi Chulo?
Don't be
Come on, Papi Chulo,
don't
be
be a
What are you
fucking
be
talking
dickhead.
about,
respectful, or
man?
you have to leave, okay?
What are you talking about? I didn't say anything.
Who say
Listen,
that?
What are you
Cold
talking about?
War? Cold War?
What are you
Okay,
talking
let's
about?
be respectful, okay?
What's
Okay,
up,
hey,
everybody?
Jet Boy, go ahead, man.
Hey, so I just want to say I agree with Max. Like I have friends. I'm an iron worker, so I'm in the welding iron working industry, construction, and that is one thing. Like a lot of some of my friends, they are green card holders, stuff like that, and they say the same thing that people shouldn't be coming to this country illegally, but it's like a double negative because yeah, they shouldn't come illegally, but the process to come in is so long. So I get that, and it just sucks. I think that, in my opinion, there should be a way. People shouldn't be coming here illegally, but you have to understand where they're coming from too, because it takes so long and it takes forever. So it's kind of like,
Exactly.
yes, it's wrong, but then at the same time, it's like it sucks too. So it's kind of like it puts people in a position whether do I choose to break the law and do it or stay here. So that's people who are getting mad about people coming here don't understand that. Like respect the law, respect the law, and I agree they shouldn't be coming here illegally. But at the same time, it's kind of like, man, I feel for them as well. So in my position, it puts me as I don't feel bad, but at the same time, I do feel bad because I don't break the law. I'm a U.S. citizen. I was born in Puerto Rico. I moved to New York and stuff like that. And I feel for them, but at the same time, I don't. But I don't break the laws. I've been living here my life. I don't break the laws. I follow the law. They're coming into this country already breaking the law.
but they're
It,
not.
it
They're
just,
not
and
though.
it's,
They're
It
not
sucks.
though.
It
listen, and
sucks, and it's such a touchy topic for people to
it's
have,
very
and it's
risky.
something that instead of people going back and forth and debating about it, I think instead of debating about it and saying they're wrong or this person's wrong, or this person's doing it wrong, Biden's doing it wrong, Trump's doing it wrong, everybody should just stop blaming each other and everybody should just come to a solution as to try to fix the problem. The whole cartel situation, bro, the cartel just isn't in fucking Mexico. The cartel's in fucking Texas. The cartel's in fucking California. The cartel's I live
Everywhere.
in Florida. The fucking cartel transports drugs over here to Florida. So
Yes.
that's not just a Mexico problem. The cartel is a nationwide problem.
The
And
drug.
that's the thing. But then again, I mean, what are you gonna do with the cartel? I mean, they've been trying to deal with fucking gangs for years. I mean, since before fucking there was the fucking Crips, Bloods, and Black Kings and all the other gangs, there was fucking gangs, there was armies, there was everything. I mean, it's gonna happen no matter what. People always choose their own groups and people side with their own sides.
You got to jail the
It's never
cartels
it's
and you
never
got
gonna
to
go
kill
away.
them. Those two things. You got to jail them or you got to kill them.
Well, like for instance, you treat the only reason why the cartels are able to get away. I mean, what did they label them as a terrorist?
It don't matter. We went.
No, no,
We
I'm asking
we
a question.
invaded.
I'm asking.
We
Did they label
invaded
the cartel?
Panama
Did
just
they,
to get Manuel Noriega.
okay, but I'm
All right.
asking. Did they label the cartel as a terroristic group yet? Yes or no?
No, no.
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 Okay, so until that happens, no one's going to do anything about it.
Alright,
That's
Well,
and,
just
and
we
what it is.
invaded. How do you explain? How do you explain Noriega?
wait,
Because they wanted
No,
who
we
Noriega to
can
funded
tell
do
the
who
truth.
something
funded
about it.
wait who
If you
We
do,
wait
can
who
do
funded
something about it.
Noriega?
if you do your
We
research on
can
this,
invade Mexico, right? Don't bother with the government because the government is very limited, right? They're very scared of these cartels. It's very evident. I mean, it doesn't take it doesn't
Papi
it
but
Chulo,
doesn't
al
take
United
a
States
zorro,
it doesn't
invade.
take a
Papi
genius.
Chulo,
United
But
States
what?
Hold on,
Hold on.
invade
sir. Let me
Mexico.
One at
talk.
a time.
Let me
One at
Papi
a
talk,
United
time.
Chulo,
States.
Papi
Mr.
When
Chulo, you're
when
Encino.
are we
wrong.
talking
Let
about?
me
No,
talk, Mr. Encino.
Canal de
Mr.
Panama,
Encino,
el
please
Canal
let
de
me talk.
Panama was the first important reason why we take out Noriega. It's not because Noriega is the
There was
Canal de
other stuff
Panama.
behind it. There was other stuff
Excuse me.
behind it.
Let me talk, sir. Let me talk.
If
All
there,
right.
but you interrupted
With
me when
all
I was
these
talking.
cartels doing
You
all that
interrupted me.
nonsense over there, there's about 7 of them. They're very, very, very powerful. We need to invade the country and go after those cartels,
But there's
This is
right?
but
never happened.
if there
Never
Never
gonna
It,
happened.
why
happen.
not?
hold on.
Why not? It
There's
happened in
First,
Panama.
Because you
first
live in
people,
another
the
planet.
first
You
right.
live
people,
in
There's
a,
the first
absolutely there's
people
no reason for us.
the
Hold
first
on,
people
hold on, hold
invading
on.
I
Mexico
was trying to
were
finish talking
from
and he
United
interrupted me.
States. American back in age, they invade Mexico, Texas. When Texas belonged to Mexico, American invade Texas.
Yes, sir.
We're talking
But
about
recently,
No,
recently,
but
All
what I'm
right,
saying is
forget
let's
about
hear
recently.
Jaboy.
That's
Jaboy,
happening.
let's hear
there's
Jaboy.
no,
Hold on. Go ahead, Jaboy, and then Mas.
there's in my opinion, yeah, they can talk all this shit about we want to stop the cartel, we want to stop the cartel, but there is no reason for the U.S. to go into Mexico except for the cartel, unless there was fucking shit ton of oil like there was at the Middle East. They don't give two fucks about going over there. It's already been proven the reason why we went over to the Middle East with the terroristic shit was the reasoning behind it, but the reason why it was to get fucking money. There's plenty of soldiers, my uncle's a sergeant, there's plenty of soldiers, everybody already said it. That fucking war over there, it was built on terrorism, but yet it was really for money and oil. That's all it was for.
yeah, well, we got
Unless we
everybody
have
over there. We
All
got
right, go
and,
ahead,
CIA
and
Mas.
here
agents over
and
there.
unless
We
here,
got
there's a
Hold
FBI
on,
resource,
Papi
agents
here's
over
Chulo. Hold
there.
on,
We
valuable
got
Papi
a lot of
Chulo.
resource that
people over
Mexico
there.
has,
Hold on, Papi
unless there's
here's
Chulo.
a
Mas.
valuable resource that Mexico
here's
has, they don't give a fuck
All
about
right,
here
Mexico.
go
It's
ahead,
just
here's
good
Mas.
political. It's just good political points for the fucking person to talk about. Oh, we got to stop the cartel. It's just political points, but they don't give two fucks about invading Mexico. Nobody does. What is
No,
Mexico?
of
All
course
of
here's
not.
us, people from
here's
Mexico want to come here. We don't want to fucking go over there. There's nothing over in Mexico that we need. There's no
here's
natural resources.
wow, this
No,
guy, he
no,
don't know
no, no.
nothing.
No,
wait
there's
No,
a lot of
we
stuff
get,
that we
listen,
need
we
in
get,
wait
Mexico.
wait
But
wait
hold on. Mas wanna talk. Go ahead, Mas.
real quick, and I need you for the Latinos in the panel to, especially the ones that are supporting and saying, "Oh, we're worried about the illegals and we're worried about that they should do it the right way and we don't want them here and all those things," right? For the
Yeah.
Latinos in this panel, I want you to pay attention to this because I don't know how many of you are legal or undocumented or or legal. I don't know that. But if you look in the comment section right now, what Americans really think of all of us, TF, just type in the comment section. Don't worry, y'all will be kicked out soon.
Yeah.
Well, I
Do
don't
you
think that's
under
fair.
do you
We
wait wait
what,
shouldn't
wait
be
wait
what
wait
kicked
did
wait
you
out
wait
say?
because
wait
we
wait
didn't.
listen to me.
I didn't even hear what you said. What'd you say?
Someone typed in the comments, and this is just proof to show you
Yeah.
why it is that this is important, right? Because you can't tell any of us if any of us are illegal, undocumented, or legal. You can't tell us apart by looking at our faces, right? Some
Right.
person in the comment section just typed, "Don't worry, y'all will be kicked out soon." Meaning they don't give a
I
fuck.
know, but
They
why
don't
do you,
give
let
a
me ask you a
li-
question.
li-
Why do you
li-
bother with ignorant people?
no,
I
no,
don't
no, no.
bother with them.
No. Here's the
I
point,
don't bother with
right?
them. Listen, stick to the issue.
Listen,
Stick to the issue
Papi,
because
that
the
is the
truth is, at the end of
Papi,
the day,
Papi. You're so stupid
a
that
lot
you
of
don't realize
Democrats
that,
don't want to
Papi,
see.
Papi.
Listen to
You're
me.
so stupid that you
Excuse
don't
me. Hold on. Hey,
realize
Tony.
that
I'm
that
gonna
is the
let somebody
issue.
else jump on. Okay. Everybody have a good night. But
All right,
thank
have
you
a good
for
one,
everybody
man.
hearing me out.
All right, good night,
All
man.
right.
All right.
If any
Papi,
Trump
you're
Have a
supporter
good one,
want to
bro.
come up,
Good night.
Anytime supporters
I'm
come
hopping
out
off.
here and
So
be
I think
respectful, then we
I'm
do.
gonna finish my point and then I'm gonna jump down. Papi, you're so stupid that you don't realize that that's how they view all of us.
Hey, Tony, can you take me off, please? No, I'm
They
gonna
don't
head
Okay.
up.
care. They
Thank
don't
you.
All right.
care if we're illegal.
Have a
I
They're
good one.
follow
hoping
you,
that
by
we
the way.
all get kicked out because that president said that Mexico doesn't send their good ones here. They only send criminals. So they because they can't tell the difference. And
Yes,
that's the
Papi
problem.
Chulo, they see you as a. When you ask one of the
You're
ignorant
just as
MAGA,
bad.
and they see your face, and they see you are Latino, they're gonna say you are Mexican, and that's it because they are so ignorant that they believe that all of the Latinos they are Mexicans.
and
Listen,
It
Tony, that's
doesn't
not true,
matter if
bro.
you're born in Puerto Rico and you try to speak your best English you can
Exactly.
learn. He'd consider you a Latino. He'd treat you the same way.
Right.
Tony, that's not true, bro.
That's not true.
Wait,
That's
Hey,
not true.
did someone not just type that in the comment section?
Listen, I'm going to tell you something.
yeah,
Forget
Stacy.
about. Listen, you
Wait,
got you
did they
always
not type
listen
it?
to me. Hear me out, Mr. Max. Hear me out.
Yeah,
All
but
right.
you gotta let people talk, bro. You want to talk the entire let Max talk.
No, no,
No,
no.
no, let's hear.
Hola
Listen,
papi, ¿de qué estamos hablando?
we can have a back and
Hold on,
forth,
hold on,
right? I don't mind the back and forth. AJ, please
hold
mute your
on,
mic
AJ.
while we're talking, okay? You just got here. We can have a back and forth, right? But the truth is the truth, right? You have people in this country who, because of what their way of thinking, their ideologies, they don't give a fuck who we are. If we're legal or illegal, they don't want us here.
Yes,
Right? So when you come on here and say, hey, we need to make it the legal way, we need to make sure that there's a process and everything, all there's one on our side saying that we are all the problem.
yes,
Yes, yes, and we have the example. Donald Trump wanted to take away the
that's the truth.
citizenship. Donald Trump wanted to take away the citizenship to the children that was born here, but they are they are with Latinos parents. What do you have to talk about
Yeah,
that? Huh?
Well,
that's the
you go
truth.
to
So
How many
you
Israel.
generations
want
back
us
You
on
go to
that?
here?
Israel, they're
That
going to throw you in
we
jail.
are
They're going to leave you in jail. You cross their borders in Israel, they're going to, same thing with Palestine. You cross their border inside Palestine, they will beat you and then throw you in jail. All right.
No,
So you got
you're
to
changing
understand some
the
countries,
conversation
Okay,
right now.
okay. Let me
hear
The
me
ask you
out,
a
problem
sir.
question.
is
No, no,
really
no.
in
Hold on, hold on,
Israel.
hold on.
Hear
It's
Let
me
me
a
ask
out.
you
big
a question.
Hear me
different
out.
Hold
problem.
on,
Okay.
please,
Some
please. Let me
countries
ask you a question. Let me
take it
ask you
to
a
very
question.
heart.
Let me
All
ask you
right.
a question. Let me
Papi
ask you a
And
Chulo
at
quick
the
loves
end of
question.
the
Dubai,
day,
Dubai.
you
Papi
If I
have
Chulo
come
to.
here,
loves
let me
Dubai.
ask
You
you a
have
Everything
to
question,
is
follow
Chulo.
Dubai.
not only
Chulo, let me
listen,
ask
not
you
only
a
you got to
question.
follow the law, but you got to
Let me
follow
ask you a
other
question, bro.
people's
Can I
laws,
ask
other
you a
countries'
question?
laws.
Can I
You
ask
can't
you
do
a
whatever the
question?
hell you want to do.
Can I ask you a question, Chulo?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
If I come here illegal, and I get married, and my son born here in the United States, he's a citizen. No, no, he's a citizen. Why do you want to take away the citizenship of my son if he was born here in the United States? It doesn't matter if I don't have document. He
I
have because
listen. I
he
don't
was
have a
born here.
problem with that.
Donald Trump wanted to do
I
that.
don't have
So
a problem. But
that means,
but
you
if
know,
your son grows up,
but
listen to me. If your
I
son
mean that's
grows
the
up
problem.
and he commits crimes like does
They
robberies or
don't
does
want.
a
They
murder,
listen,
does
listen.
anything
You
like
gotta
that,
listen.
then he should
They
go to
don't want
jail.
us here, even
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
if we
chulo,
are
chulo.
legal,
Does that mean?
if we have paper. They
I'm
don't want
sorry.
us here. That's
I
the
don't know.
problem.
Papa Chulo got a
I'm sorry,
problem
but can I
with
say
the
something?
crime. All his life, whatever he
Does
thinks
that mean
is
that if a white
about
man
a
commits a
criminal.
crime, he
He
should be
lives
sent
too
back to
many
Europe?
criminals in his mind.
I didn't say that. I said that he should go to jail.
No, 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 no. You are the main law and order, and you live with this con ese
You
big
do your own
movie
narrative,
and ese
sir.
wow,
You do your
el
own
fútbol.
narrative and you're in
Good evening,
denial.
gentlemen. Good evening,
Same thing
gentlemen.
with this guy, Max. They do their own narrative and they're in denial.
Nah,
No, no, no,
Listen,
no.
I,
I
I,
don't
I have
deny nothing.
listen.
understanding to that.
Can
I
we
live
can we actually
23 years.
discuss some facts?
Listen, I live 23 years in this country. I am not a criminal. You know, the police need looking for criminals.
Okay, hold on.
What the lost informant telling, the police tell to us, the FBI, the community to the last crime doing in the United
Let
States
me
is the legal community. Is
break
the
this down. Let me break
so
this
it's
down.
very easy.
Papi Chulo, what's your
Yeah,
background? Did you born here in the United States?
Puerto Rico.
He born in Puerto Rico.
Oh, you are Puerto Rican, right?
Mr. Inicio, I could speak for myself.
Okay. So, but what you think about Trump want to sell Puerto Rico? He asked that question. Okay. Another question to exchange. Let me give you the real information right now. Yes, Puerto Rico considered selling Puerto Rico following Hurricane Maria. He asked that fucking question. What you think about that?
What do you mean to sell Puerto Rico
Yeah,
to the United States?
No, he said he was going to sell it
to anybody who
to
can
another
pay for Puerto
country,
Rico.
Sell
like
it to another
sell it to
country
the
to
UK
buy
or
it?
sell it to
What are you talking
France.
about?
Yeah, he said that exactly. What are you
He
talking
said
about?
that.
What did he say again?
Trump say
What did he say?
He said he was going to
Trump
sell Puerto
asked
Rico.
if he had the option to sell Puerto Rico or to exchange Green Line for Puerto Rico. He asked that to
Tony, I'm sorry,
in
I
the
didn't
White House.
understand. I did not understand, Tony. What he
So he
asked?
asked to his advisor if he's be able to sell Puerto Rico or exchange it for Green Line.
For
Yeah,
another island.
exchange Puerto Rico for Greenland.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm trying to explain it to Papi Chulo, which
Yeah,
is weird. He
listen,
doesn't
that's news to
understand
me.
you,
I
but I
never
do.
heard of that.
Oh,
But
you
I'm
never
he
going to
heard
be
said,
that?
honest with
Oh,
you.
you never
I
but
thought
he
heard?
that
said it.
I never heard of that. I
But
never
he
heard of
said
that.
it.
That's news to me. I never heard of that.
But he said
That
it.
was
How do you feel
after
about it? So
Maria.
now that you've heard about it, how do you feel about that?
Well, I question if that actually took
No,
place. I
it
will question
happened.
that because I have to
Wow,
admit that is
my
kind of like
God.
It's
that's
on
kind of like
NBC News.
He's
that's
a
It's
kind of
all
Trump
like
over the place.
support.
Amazon.
NBC News,
Trump
That's
support. I
Fox
said.
News, all over the place.
just like hey, listen, just like the Russian collusion,
Papi
How
Chulo,
you
Papi
understand?
Chulo, he
Explain to
telling
me again.
you, even if you know that is true, how
At
you
least,
feeling about. That is the why he
exactly.
telling you.
All right, let's say he does say that. You want to know what I think? I think that's irresponsible to say that. And I would also think that someone should challenge him, like to say, like, hey, listen, what's the story with that? What exactly do you mean by that? What's wrong with that? What's wrong with challenging
And
him
it's
on that?
very easy.
All
He
right.
don't fucking
At
care
the end,
nothing about Puerto Rico.
listen, like I told you, that's the first time ever hearing it, and I really doubt it. I really doubt it. And if
Okay,
he really
You
did,
really
I just put it
doubt
on the
listen,
it?
screen
and if
for
he
you.
really
I just
did
put it on the
say
screen
that,
for you.
if he really did say that, then somebody should challenge him on that. You see what I'm saying?
Everybody
Why not
doing.
you?
Everybody challenging.
Somebody said Papi Chulo is a problem.
Yeah,
You
because
see,
if I don't fit your
so you
narrative,
see,
I'm always a
even
problem. I'm always a problem.
even
If I don't
Puerto
fit your
Rican.
narrative, if I
So
don't go with what you're saying,
Yes,
then it's a
I
problem.
think, no, no,
because
no.
you
He
need to
said because
understand
you
this.
don't,
Yeah,
the
of
problem,
course,
Papi
Hold
brother.
on,
Chulo,
hold
you
on,
don't
hold on,
accept the
Of
reality.
course.
The problem for Papi
hold on,
Chulo, she don't accept the reality.
hold on. Even Papi Chulo, even if you see something like that, I mean, you should say, "Hey, that is completely wrong," you know. But you as a Puerto Rican, he don't see you as an American. They see you as other people, you know. He don't see you as an American, and this is the problem. The Republicans, this is how they think, right? If you are not a white person with blue eyes, you don't belong to America.
Yeah, even care about Puerto Rican people. I mean, how do you think that Puerto Rican,
Exactly.
after a big hurricane, after a
Yeah,
big problem, they were
yeah, Papi Chulo, can you
Yes.
see this?
asking for help.
Can you see
All
this?
right.
And
Oh,
Donald
hold
So
on,
Trump,
you
hold
know
on.
what?
Donald Trump
Let me
were
put you
there.
on the big
Donald
screen.
Trump,
Hold
hey,
on.
listen.
Let
Donald Trump were there, and he started throwing toilet paper. He don't care about you, bro. He don't even care
He
about
wasn't.
you.
He
That they
wasn't
don't care
throwing
about them.
paper, toilet paper. What are you even
Yeah,
saying,
you
dude?
were.
Okay.
Yeah, you were.
Okay. Look at the news on the screen.
Read for
Trump
him.
was
Read for,
what's
read
that?
for him. You
Trump
can
was
read.
serious about trading hurricane-stricken Puerto Rico for Greenland.
yes. So what? Let me see the Luigi. I know Luigi is a Trump supporter. Let's hear what he needs to say about this.
Well, I don't really say anything. All I have to say is that you
But
Democrats think that if you're a minority, you have to think a certain way, and I
they're
think
flexing
that's
again.
really racist. Because all of you, if you're black, you're Latino, you have to be a Democrat. You can't
That's
think for
not
yourself.
true.
That's
Exactly.
what
But
This
you
is
hold on, hold
calling.
on.
think.
Can we just
This
hold
is
on, hold
Exactly.
calling
on.
the
And it
Hold
flexing.
on for a
makes me
second.
You
so
are
I just
angry.
want to.
doing
I
the
want to
And
say
and
something real
flexing.
Listen,
quick
he's
with him.
100%
No,
about that.
it's
listen.
He's
Oh
extremely
wait.
100%
racist.
Poppy,
correct with that.
guys, for the love of God, I came up here a minute ago. I just want to say what I have to say, and then I'm gonna bounce. So first and foremost, right? You assume that all people of color, right, are voting for Democrats because we align with Democrats. That's not the case. When the options are fascism or apathy, meaning they don't care about us, then we're
He
gonna
just
choose.
made
When I say,
I'd rather you not shut the
Let
fuck
him
up.
Yeah, he
talk.
hey,
I'd
cleared
Let
that
rather
him
up.
Hold
you
on,
talk.
that's
not.
the
let
problem.
him
I'm
finish.
not gonna let you
Yeah,
talk.
he's
Let him
talking
finish.
now.
I'm a fucking
Excuse me.
veteran. You fucking.
Everybody mute.
I
Let
don't
him
give a
talk.
shit.
No, let him talk. Everybody
Let him
mute.
finish. Go ahead. Go ahead. Finish, man.
I'd rather you not care about me than try to implement fascism, you know what I'm saying, in my society. Undocumented immigrants quite literally pay $21 billion a year in taxes. They are also the least likely individuals to commit a crime, unless you're considering them being here undocumented, the crime. They're the least likely to commit any type of violent crime against all demographics. You know why? Because they don't want to get sent back home. But if we have a problem with people coming here, then stop destabilizing their fucking countries, and then you won't have to worry about them seeking refuge here.
Can I reply to that?
No, you can't reply
Yeah.
to
Saying
shit.
the F word
I don't
every
care
five
about you
seconds
being
Yeah.
in the
doesn't make you
military.
right, you stupid fuck.
All you've done
Bro,
as a person in the military is help destabilize the global South primarily. In addition to that, help America expand its
Oh, he's so
imperialism.
smart. Such a
I
smart
am. I have
person.
a master's degree in sociology. I'm a member of
Oh, for
Mensa.
sociology.
I'm a
Oh,
member
really?
of
I'm in college
Mensa. So
right now,
yes, I
bitch.
am
So I don't
quite
give a fuck what you're
intelligent.
saying. I really
I
don't
am
give a
quite
fuck. You
intelligent.
started
Luijo,
disrespecting me, so now I have the
I
right
Luijo,
to
don't
speak,
Luijo,
and I have the right to
about
respect
Luijo,
people
that.
if I want to. The fuck?
Luijo, let him talk, man.
I actually have the data. I actually have the
Oh yeah, you
statistics.
have the
I
data.
actually
You
Yeah,
are
have
very
Mr.
educated
educated, and
Jones,
you
your
tell
myself.
people to
data
shut the
is
Would
fuck up.
you
incorrect.
shut up? Are
Your,
you
it is
children?
$490 billion that they contribute, not $1 billion.
20
You got it
billion.
wrong.
20 billion.
490 billion with a B.
No, 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 no.
No, it's
This
20
Yeah,
is
do
the
your
billion.
whole
homework.
We
Spanish
are
Do
talking
your
community.
about
homework. Do your
no, no.
homework.
It's 20 billion.
That
Papichulo,
yeah,
you are including probably,
that goes
you're
to show,
including
Mr.
probably
Jones, you
20
don't know
billion.
sales
what the hell
tax
you're
and all of
talking
that.
about.
20 billion.
You that goes to show you don't know what the hell you're
It's
talking
20
about.
billion.
20
Papi
billion,
Chulo,
Right?
you're
You can't
wrong.
even
Papichulo,
have your
Papi
numbers
Papichulo,
correct.
Chulo,
20 billion
Papi Chulo,
That
people
you're
with
that
wrong.
you
with
can't
Talking
even
about
have
the
your numbers
illegal
ITN,
correct.
okay?
They
people,
spent
it's
20
not the
billion.
Latino.
They pay 20 billion in taxes.
$493 billion, not
Oh,
$21
hold on.
billion.
Hold on, you need to
Man,
understand. You are
hey,
putting all
hey,
of
you
the
gotta let
numbers,
people talk,
You
bro.
got
You
you
okay?
got it
gotta,
wrong.
Hold on,
you have to
hold
You
on,
let
got
hold
the
on.
people talk.
basics
You are
wrong. You can't
putting,
even deal
you are putting
with the more
biggest
advanced.
number, Papichulo. Hold on. You're putting the big number because that includes the sales tax and
Sales
all of
tax.
that, you
Yes,
know.
I'm talking
But
about income
when
tax.
we talk about 21 billions, it's people that pay like they have a social security. They pay
EIN.
we
EIN.
ITN,
Yes. In addition to
you know.
that, right? In addition to that, if we were to get rid of all the undocumented immigrants, our infrastructure would shut down within a matter of a week. We wouldn't even be able to afford produce anymore. Do you know how many of our migrant workers, you know what I'm saying, like are working on farmlands? But in addition to that, migrant people, immigrants, undocumented immigrants from South America aren't even our issue. Majority of our undocumented immigrants in the United States came here legally on visas from Asian
Yeah,
countries.
All right, let me ask you
exactly.
From
this.
Asian countries.
Cool. And I've never said I was against immigration. I never said that, But let me ask you this: what do you think about the $100 billion that the U.S. is sending to Ukraine?
I don't
What do you
care.
think
We
about it?
made an agreement to do it. We should honor
Hold
our
on, hold
word.
on,
Are we
hold on,
people?
hold on, hold on,
We're
hold
not
on.
Oh, for real? So
gods.
you
Hold
don't
on,
care?
Jones.
So you
Jones,
don't care if we
Jones,
use that
hold on,
money in
Jones.
our people?
We
Jones,
should
hold on,
honor
Jones.
our word.
Jones, this guy that is asking this question, he do videos every day. saying that he's supporting Ukraine, and now he's complaining about we
No,
are
I'm
helping Ukraine.
asking a question that people are asking
That's
in the comments.
hypocrisy 101.
Make
Come
an
on.
What are
agreement
you
with
even saying,
Ukraine, and
dude?
are we people of our word? Did we make an agreement with Ukraine? Ukraine, yes or
Yes,
no?
Oh,
Did we make?
okay, so now you're saying that the military, the American military matters when like 10 minutes ago you didn't give a fuck about it.
I never
All right,
said. I
this
never
is
said that. I
you're-
never said that. And that's not the military. That's sending over money. That's not sending
This
over.
is
we're
both party,
sending we're
Republican and
sending
That's not sending
Democrat,
over
send
we're
money
soldiers
to
sending military
Ukraine.
equipment over there. How is that not the military? You make no sense.
because
Luyo,
they're not sending
you
soldiers.
spent three years in the army, and you're talking about you
I
didn't even
I
know.
finish
wasn't in the army. I
your
wasn't
time
in the
in the
army. You
army.
dumb
O
fuck.
sea,
Get it right. I was in the Navy.
Three
well, in
So,
the
three
so
Navy,
years.
whatever.
You
You
spent
didn't
3 years
even
in the
finish
Navy.
Yeah,
you
three
didn't even
years.
finish your time in
How
the
many
Navy.
years did you do?
Are you talking about me
No.
I
specifically?
don't know. Whoever the fuck said that. I don't know if it
Okay, well
was
that was
you,
a
but
Yeah,
you
D.
it's
I
sound
was
me,
a
dumb as
Cuba.
fuck, and you got a
Cuba. I
master,
said that.
really?
You piece of shit. I said that.
like.
okay. Hey, guys,
I
let's
know
see it.
this.
Jeff, Jeff is
Anyways,
silent there for
love
a
you
long time.
guys.
Hold on.
Y'all stay dangerous.
Jeff,
Talk
go
to you
ahead,
later.
Jeff. You're silent there for a long time. Jeff, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
All right, go ahead.
So I've been listening and scrolling and doing different things. So I think the problem that we're not realizing is, and I think it's Poppy, right? He's building off of the right wing fear. That's what it is. Like, oh my gosh, they're coming across the border. We've shown him and we've told him where he can find the information to show that he should be more concerned living in America among Americans, that he should be worried about the illegals. And I think
Exactly.
I think it was Mr. Jones, said that he explained that number perfectly. And then on top of it all, the sad part is we have corporations in in our country, including Donald Trump, using and abusing the undocumented in their companies, and yet they're claiming they want to build a wall. I haven't heard him respond to that. Like he talks about law and order, but he doesn't respond to Donald Trump being the president and breaking the law, and then being a hypocrite and standing up on a stage and telling everybody we need to build a wall that Mexico is going
Exactly.
to pay for, but they didn't pay for it, right? Like, this is just a joke. He
You
is
just,
so he is so ignorant to the reality of things, but he's so fearful of everything that the right wing tells him to be fearful of. He's not fearful of Americans, but yet the likelihood of a crime happening against him by an American is likely illegal. But he's worried about illegals coming across legally. But our corporations, our president of the United States, break those laws every single day, and he doesn't care about that. He only cares about somebody crossing a border who's desperate to feed their families, right?
and by the way, Jeff, most of the economists in the United States agree that we need this immigration, or the country is going to collapse in economy.
Absolutely. Absolutely, we need that help. Everybody does. When Donald Trump got in office, he put a moratorium, or he lowered the number of green cards for people.
Yes.
He didn't lower the number for his industry. He lowered the number for other companies. So in Maryland, they have the crab pickers, right? And they use Vietnamese, they use Mexicans and whatever to pick their crabs, because they hire them for cheap. They get the work done. Guess what happened? They couldn't get these people. So guess what happens? The price of crab goes up because they have to pay more and they don't have as many people. So then there's like a limit on how many crabs can be made across America with crab food and everything else. So we paid more at the table if we wanted crabs, and it was crazy. So again, he didn't mess with his industry. His hotel industry could use as many green cards as they had in the past. But other companies, other industries were hurt because of
And I
that.
am sure, Jeff, I am sure that will reduce into countries of Central America and South America, not for countries in Europe,
All right,
not
Jeff.
for European
Let me.
countries.
I want to ask Jeff a question real quick. Well, it's not really a question; it's just a statement that I want to make. It's funny because so what I've seen from here. I'm not against immigration. I really think if someone needs to feed
Luigi,
their
you are
family.
not against immigration, but you are supporting the people that are against
Can I
immigration. This
talk?
is the same for me,
No, no,
okay?
no. Right now, you're putting words in my mouth, and that's very
No,
typical
Luigi, you
Democrat
support
behavior.
Ron DeSantis. You
You
support
are.
Ron
That's really
DeSantis.
typical
You
behavior
are.
from Democrats. You put words on other people's mouth. Let me talk.
You
I was gonna
are.
say
You are
every
because we
single
know you.
country
We
in
say
Latin
wait.
Hold
We
on,
say
America,
that
Cuban,
because
Cuban,
we
hold
know
on,
you.
Cuban.
every
Let him speak,
single
Cuban. Go ahead.
thank you, Tony. Every single country in Latin America has extreme immigration laws. The United States is the only country in the world where you cannot have immigration laws because if you do, you're racist and you're against immigration.
That is not true.
That's not
That
true.
is
We
That's
true.
not
that
Other
true.
is
And what are
countries are
you
complete.
very
saying,
That is
strict.
dude?
complete not
What
true.
are you saying right
That
now,
is what
dude? That's
now we're talking
ridiculous.
right now. We're
Let's
That
be
talking about
serious.
you say something
Can
is the
you,
liar because
Ignacio,
you say you
Ignacio, you're
support
from Venezuela.
immigration. You
Can I
say you
talk?
support immigration and you support Ron
Can I talk?
DeSantis.
I'm not. All I'm
un,
saying is that this country is the only country in the world that is not allowed to have laws, immigration laws. I'll tell you what, though. You're from
He
Venezuela.
got immigration laws.
Let me
We
see.
got
Can I talk?
immigration laws.
Can I talk?
yeah,
You're
no, but
from
nobody
Yes.
Venezuela.
follows
Have
it.
you
We
seen the way
support. We support.
Colombia?
No, 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 no,
Have
no,
you
no.
seen the
Hold on, hold
way
on, hold on.
Colombia
There is no, no,
treats
no, no,
your
no, no. Hold on,
people?
hold on, hold on.
Seen Colombia treat your people?
Immigration law.
Have you seen the way
We not
Panama treats your
support.
people? Have you seen the way South Mexico, Mexico in the south, they have a wall that's really tall in the border with Guatemala? Have you seen the way Colombia treats Venezuelan immigrants? Have you seen the way Brazil treats
Is a
Venezuelan
lot of
immigrants?
Venezuela. Is a lot of
There you go.
Venezuela working Colombia.
Exactly. That's what
That
No,
just
but
doesn't matter.
yo,
Listen, that is not true.
The thing is that we support immigration law, but we not support law against immigration. That's the. It's different. You know, it's different. Really.
Oh, that was
Yeah, let's
perfect.
hear Max.
I'm
Go
stealing
ahead,
that.
Max.
Now, you know what? I'm stealing that. That was perfect. That was absolutely perfect
Oh
what he
yeah, that
just
was
said.
perfect. And all right, so
Yes,
let's have
it
a
was.
massive
Luigi, can I
immigration to
fucking
the
talk?
country.
Did the host just not say, "Hey Max, talk"?
Oh,
So then
I
why are
didn't
you
hear it, but now
interrupting me?
you can. Mira,
Why are
calvo
you
morenito,
interrupting me?
habla,
Why
mamamito,
are
habla,
you
canto de cabrón,
interrupting me?
pendejo.
Why are you interrupting me?
Tranquilo, Luyo, no empieza.
Luyo insulta como todo republicano,
Pero él no me
siempre
acaba de insultar,
insultando.
Ignacio, por
I
eso,
Luigi, no hay
don't
por eso
necesidad de
fucking care.
me
The
insultar.
acaba de
host
insultar
said
también.
Habla
let
lo
me
que tú
talk.
quieras
Me
Why
acaba
sin
de
are you
insultar
insultar.
también.
interrupting me?
Sí, pero me
Why don't
insultó también, entonces yo me defiendo,
listen?
yo soy el malo, ¿verdad, cabrón?
No,
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 pero
no, no.
espérate,
Listen,
tranquilo.
I want us to be very clear, right? There's nothing that I could take possibly from Luigi as an insult because I think he's fucking stupid.
No, yeah,
So
you
he
just
And
can say
called
so
me.
are you,
whatever.
you
So
fucking
he can
clown.
say whatever
So
he
are
Yes.
you, you
wants,
fucking clown.
Yeah,
Why don't
right?
you go back to your
So
yeah,
country,
now, when
and
the
you didn't
host,
curse me out earlier, right,
yes,
Max? You didn't curse me
yes,
out earlier.
up to. Like, I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
There you
discriminate.
go. That's fine,
I
papi
don't think
chulo. That's
I don't.
fine. Tú no puedes hablar
No, no, no,
mierda,
no.
pendejos.
I think you're. No, I think you're both fucking stupid because you don't take care. You don't care about your own people, right?
What do
You
you
think that
mean?
because you made
I
it
do
across.
care about my people. I care about the
I think that
American
because
people,
you.
and I care
I
about you
think
as an
that
American
because you
citizen
think
too.
you made it across the border, or your people came from wherever the fuck they came
I
from,
made it across the
that
border.
all of a sudden,
Pendejo, I'm from Puerto
I
Rico. I'm from Puerto Rico, USA. I'm an American citizen by birth. What the fuck are you saying, bitch?
then even
You're not
worse
better than
as a
us. You're not better than us.
And I'm not an immigrant. Sorry.
after
No,
everything
you're
that
an
this
immigrant
country,
too.
hold on. I claim
Cuban,
my
hold
turn.
on. Let Max
Okay,
finish. Hold on.
I claim my turn. You're Puerto Rican, and after everything that this country did to your people, you still stand up for them. That makes you a fucking traitor. Un vende raza, un vende patria.
Oh, so you hate this
Just like
country?
the
Why
rest
you
of
Can
leave
I
you
then?
can I
Why don't you
respond to
leave
that?
then?
are.
Why don't you
That's
Can I
why.
leave?
can I
Why
Because
respond
don't
to
you
that?
leave? Why
there's
don't you leave
a
then?
reason.
Listen,
Why don't you leave
listen,
then?
Luigi
I know,
Why
but
support the
Tony,
President
I want to
Trump
respond
who
to that.
want
I
to
want to
sell
respond to
don't
that.
you
Puerto
leave?
Rico.
Why don't
He
you
Hold
want
leave,
to
on.
sell
canto
Puerto
cabrón?
Rico. What the fuck?
Papichulo want to
You
respond.
Hey,
Hold
hate
on.
it.
listen, can I respond
You
to
go
that?
ahead and leave. Go to
Papichulo
Puerto
want to
Rico.
respond.
Yeah.
Hold on. Go
Go
ahead,
to Puerto
Papichulo. Go ahead.
Rico.
What I'm trying to
I
say
mean,
to Max, even though he cursed me out and he insulted my intelligence, what I'm trying to say to Max is at the end of the day, we all need to follow the law. That's all. That's all.
Oh my God, these guys with the
Okay.
law.
Okay.
Oh
Yeah,
my
Max.
God,
I
yeah,
know it's
he
tough
live
for
with
you
the
to
law.
Everything.
listen,
Okay,
Inicio.
Papi.
before,
I know it's tough for you to follow the
antes de,
law. I know it's very tough for you
antes
to
tú
follow the
darte
law.
un peo, tú le preguntas a la ley para darte un peo.
Hang on, Poppy. Can you
Hey, man,
answer my
that's what
question?
laws are all about.
Yeah,
Can
How
you
hold on,
about
hold
answer
on.
my
God's law?
question?
You
Somebody
don't want to
answer a
follow
question.
God's
Hold on.
law? Inicio, how
Hold on.
about God's law? You don't want to follow God's law?
Hey,
Papi,
let
Jeff
let
has
let
a
Jeff
question
talk.
for you.
Let him talk. Let Jeff talk. Let
Inicio,
a nice guy.
Inicio, how about God's law? You don't want to follow God's law?
The God, listen to me. We are in America.
Papi Chulo,
America, what
don't
God
come
law
up
you
with
talking
I
that, man.
guess
about?
You're not
not.
The
gonna work.
Christian
I
law?
guess
Listen
not,
to me.
Inicio.
I am Christian, but this country doesn't matter. You can be Muslim, Hare Krishna, Buddhist, and you cannot believe in no God. It's no problem. So what is the problem? What are you talking about? I am Christian, but I don't force anybody to be Christian. I am not. Listen, the enemy for you know who is
Hold
the
on,
enemy
Ignacio.
for United.
Ignacio,
You know
this
what is the
guy,
enemy for United States is
this
the
guy,
national
this
Christian.
guy is using his Christianity when he likes to do it, right? Because he don't believe Jesus when Jesus says you to work on your neighbors.
Tony,
Right.
tú eres bien
Yeah.
gracioso, cabrón. It's fucking great.
Huh?
You funny, bro. You funny as fuck.
No, that is the truth. Every
Bueno,
argument that
the
you
Bible
Republican
says
have,
supposed to you take care very well the people for
yeah,
coming for another country. That's what the Bible say.
Bro, where in the
exactly.
Bible that shit?
And,
Well,
and even
Tony's right.
Right,
even
Tony's
your
right,
Jesus,
but
neighbor.
Ignacio,
even
you got
Déjame
Jesus
hacerte una
was an
pregunta. Let
immigrant,
me ask you
okay?
a question. Let me ask you a question, Luillo. I mean, ¿qué tú crees? ¿Cómo se dice?
Sí,
¿Cómo
senor,
tú
I'm
identificas?
listening.
Espérate, Jona, ¿cómo tú identificas, quién tú crees que es your neighbor, tu vecino? ¿Quién tú, a ti, Luillo?
bro, let me explain to you guys. So
Nada más,
you,
pero respóndeme, nada más te estoy haciendo una
I'm
pregunta. ¿Quién tú crees
all
que es
right,
tu
but let
vecino?
me explain, bro. Let me explain
Everybody,
because
everyone around you are your neighbor.
everyone around you.
You
That's
have
right.
to
What are
love
you
your, you
trying?
have
Exactly.
to love your neighbor. You
Yes.
have to love your
Dog,
neighbor. You don't
dog.
have to be like against
What
people,
are you trying to imply? Because I mean,
No, I'm just
I'm trying
asking
to
you a question.
respond.
What he's trying to
Because
imply
you
is that
support
if you
a
don't go
piece of
with the
shit like
narrative,
Ron DeSantis. You
you're a
support a
Hitler.
piece of shit like Ron DeSantis.
That's what it
He
is.
want to
If you
kill
don't go with
the
the
book.
narrative,
He want to kill the history
you
for the
are
African American
a
people
Hitler.
in the United States. What are you talking about, bro? You
Aparte,
support this piece of shit.
la tatarabuela de Santi es europea, vino de no sé dónde por allá.
All right. So let me.
Go ahead, Luillo.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I'm trying to respond to you right now. I never said I was against immigration. All I was trying to say here is that every country in the world has immigration laws, but the
Luillo,
United States is the
the
only
same
one that
thing,
can't have
Luillo.
laws. Sí, Tony, cabrón, pero estoy explicando, no es que
No,
yo.
you're right. No, espera, que
Tú
he's
estás
right.
más enredado que una
Hey man,
culebra,
that was
Luis.
so
How,
funny.
how,
That was
how,
so
how,
funny.
how, how?
Luillo is right. Every country in the world have immigration law. Every
Tony, that's
country in
your
the
new
world.
name,
Oh, what
bro.
the fuck is that? Yeah, the sol
Tony,
calienta
that's your new
y el
name,
agua
bro.
moja. The,
But
yeah, the
not
sun
every
heat
country
and
in
the
the
water
world.
wet.
But
So
not
what?
every country in the world has law against immigration,
Listen to
against
this. You
immigrants.
know, you know, I used to
Just
live in Puerto
United
Rico.
States,
These two guys there in Puerto Rico.
Republican
They used to live in
Well,
Puerto Rico.
we have
Hold on, hold on,
so we have
hold
two
on, hold on,
Dominicans here.
hold on,
What about Haitians in
hold on.
Tony,
Dominican
pero
Republic?
cabrón.
I
No, that
grow
was
up.
so funny.
I grow up in Puerto Rico. Okay, since I was 11 to 24 years old, right? And in Puerto Rico, yes, some Puerto Ricans they complain about Dominicans going Yola to Puerto Rico. Some of them, but the majority of them don't complain about that. The big problem is here in the United States. White people complaining about immigrants. This is the major problem here. Okay, so eh, even Puerto Rico is part of the United States. Puerto Ricans get here, and white Americans they complain about Puerto Ricans too. You
Well,
see?
I've never seen a white American complain about
Never
Puerto
see.
Ricans.
You
I've never
really,
seen it.
really, you never see discrimination against Puerto Rican in the United States.
Yes, there has been discrimination against Puerto Ricans. That's right. Yeah, but the vast majority of people don't discriminate against Puerto Ricans.
Yes, they do.
Just the
How?
Republican people.
Okay, so
Wait,
by you
how
Yeah,
do
saying
you
no, they
wait a
marry
minute?
our
How can
women. That's what they
how can
do.
how can
All
wait
these
wait
white
wait how
guys,
can
Puerto Rican black guys, they marry our women. That's what they
Wait,
do.
Dog, how am I a white Puerto Rican? I'm mulatto. I'm half
listen.
white and half black, bro. How am I
Here's
a
the thing.
white Puerto Rican?
How can you tell the difference between a Puerto Rican, a Dominican, and a Mexican if you're just looking at them?
It
You
depends.
cannot tell.
Well, when it comes to us, when it comes to Dominicans and Puerto Ricans, we have more African ancestry than Mexicans. So I mean, I
I
don't
mean,
know.
Right.
the difference is,
Do you think?
the
Well,
difference
Do
is
you
that
think?
we Dominican, we are more beautiful, but we can't speak English. That's
I
it,
get
right?
Max.
Listen,
No,
listen.
Max. I get your point, though. I
I
get
said
your
this
point.
to say, right? I don't look. Listen to me. Regardless of all the arguing and the back and forth and the insults that you guys have hurled at me, when it comes to white people and Americans, they don't know who's illegal or illegal. They see
Exactly.
Hispanic and Latino men and they say they're the fucking problem. They must be with the cartel. Get them the fuck out of here. Just like
Yeah.
since I mentioned the last time, there's been at least 5 comments in here that said, "Get, I hope you all get thrown out of here," or
Yeah, no, but your
"You're all
problem
illegal."
is that you need
Listen
an
to my,
excuse for all
please,
this nonsense. You
listen,
need to
and
stay
that's
focused
exactly,
on the
and
issue, Max.
listen to me,
You
but
need an
that's
excuse.
Papi,
Papa, the
Stop
Papi,
using
excuse,
excuses. Stick
Papi,
with the issue
listen,
because at the end
Papi
of the day,
Chulo,
Max,
Papi Chulo, I
your
have one
your
question to
issues.
you. Papi Chulo, I have
Papi.
one question to you. I know you support
Yes, sir.
Trump and you
Of
support
course.
DeSantis. Why you
No, I don't
lost?
support DeSantis.
Okay, why,
I support Trump.
Luigi, why? Okay, but Trump probably Trump go in jail anyway. But listen, why all this MAGA movement lost Jacksonville 4 days ago? Explain me why.
Well, because probably Jacksonville is a city, big city, where there's a lot of
Is the
Democrats.
big city
What
was in
happened?
Republican hands for many,
Well,
many,
he's
many
saying,
years.
Papi Chulo, he's saying that why
I know,
did the
but what
MAGA
happened over
people
there?
lose Jacksonville, the city of
Because you
Jacksonville?
guys, you're moving, you guys be believing he's strong. He's
Jacksonville,
lost complete Jacksonville,
Jacksonville
a big
was
city
a
in
red
Florida.
city for 30 years. In 30 years, the Democrats controlled the city just one time.
Is that
And now,
Is that what happened? All right. Well, it is what it is.
okay?
At the end of the day, Trump's got my vote.
It's no
Well,
problem.
you
I
You
got
can.
your
got your
vote?
vote, that you lost your vote.
Wait. I
And I
got.
have a
Nah,
question.
what
I
lost
got.
my vote? You
So you
want it to
guys,
be
Max,
lost.
you really
Listen to
think
me.
Biden's
You
gonna win?
want it to be
Wait a minute.
lost.
Wait a
But,
minute.
sir, at the end of the day, no.
Hey, how y'all
Can I
And
Okay,
doing?
Hey,
but
there's a
Max,
few
but
of us like
anyway,
that.
I hope you stay alive when Trump lost. Anyway,
Ignacio,
listen?
tranquilo, me
Hey, you
siento
know
bien.
something?
Listen.
Mira,
I got
Max,
my buddy Jorge.
Yes,
He's
sir, I
really
will
good
be
at
alive.
pouring concrete. He's from Mexico. I like that guy.
See, see,
Good, good.
hey, Max, I have a
and this is
question. You
what I'm.
think
This is
Biden's
what
gonna
I'm.
But
win?
you allow,
Listen.
go
I don't
ahead,
give
go
a
ahead,
fuck.
Luigi.
I
Go
don't.
ahead, Luigi.
Personally, I don't care about any of them. Right. All I care about is that our people need immigration reform. We need to get our African Americans, people who have the descendants of slavery. We need to make sure that they get reparations and taken care of. I'm sick of
What
the
are they
fucking
getting
illegal.
reparations
Reparations? What are
for?
you,
They haven't
nuts?
Listen to
even
me.
suffered nothing.
Listen
Wait,
to me.
what?
Actually,
Hold on a second. Let me finish talking. Okay. I care about people. I want to make sure that the youth that
And you
if I
give them
have
your
to
house.
listen to me,
Give them
Yeah,
your
go ahead and
car.
let them live in your house.
Papi, you have self control issues, and this is why I say that you're stupid. Okay. I said I want everybody in this country. If we have to pay fucking taxes, let's make sure that the taxes are going to something that's worthwhile. The people.
Absolutely not. I
U.S.
pay too
citizens.
much in taxes. And
Yeah,
I'm
I
going to
pay
tell you
my
something.
taxes.
This is what
Let me
I
ask you a
ain't gonna give it
question.
to
Let me
black
ask you a
can I
question,
just
communities.
Mr. Max. Let me ask you a question. One
can I
question, Mr.
finish
Max.
my statement?
Tony,
Can I
nos
How much
vemos,
finish?
papá.
money,
Cuídate,
Mr.
cuídate, nos
Max,
vemos.
vamos, cuídate.
Mr. Max,
Ignacio,
how
get
much
your,
money
Mano,
do you
One,
chiquito de aquí.
contribute?
hold on, one at a time, guys. One at a time. Max,
Mr. Max, how
finish, and
much money
then
do you contribute to church or to foundations? How much money do you contribute?
I don't give a fuck about church. Church
I
doesn't
stand
do
Hey,
shit.
hey,
corrected
hey,
there
hey,
you
then.
go.
hey,
I
you don't
stand
sell fuck no
corrected.
churches in
The
there?
You're
color of
talking
Max.
about reparations, but yet you don't give out nothing.
Yeah, don't give black
Yeah,
people money. They're gonna go
that's
kill
just like the
people.
Black Lives Matter.
Oh
They
my
want
god.
money, but they don't give out nothing. Black
Really?
Lives Matter collect all
Hey,
this money, $100 million they collected, and they don't give out no money to George Floyd. They don't give out no money to Freddie Gray out in Baltimore.
No
They
one.
don't give no money
True,
All right,
true.
hold
No
on,
to
hold
one.
on,
the
hold on,
2.5
hold on.
million
Let Jeff,
slaves right now
let
in
Jeff,
Facts, bro.
Africa.
Facts, Pops.
Jeff is
Right
Facts.
gonna
now, there's
answer to this
2.5
guy.
million
Jeff,
slaves. They don't give
hold
out
on,
no
hold
money
on.
to them.
Jeff
Just
is
like
gonna answer
Donald
to
Trump.
you,
Hi,
Papi. Hold
everybody.
on.
Much love, everybody. What's up?
Yes, sir.
Just
DJ
like
Club. What's going on, little homie?
Poppy, just like Donald Trump. Donald Trump professes to give out all this money. He doesn't give it.
Yeah, he does.
Absolutely,
He
yeah.
takes
Well,
better care of the American people than most people.
when he was president,
I
he used
wasn't
to
talking to
donate his
you.
salary to the Department of Education, though. So that's
Really?
something.
Because how much did we spend on keeping him in his hotel so he could play golf?
Yeah.
He took a
300
0%
million.
salary.
Hey, I
How
hire
much?
0%
illegal aliens to
How
come
salary.
much?
do
How much?
concrete
What are you
How
for me.
much?
talking
All
about?
right.
How much? How
How
much
much did
Let's
did
hear,
Obama
hey,
take? He took the
how
let's
whole
much?
hear
thing.
this truck driver.
Obama
Truck
robbed
Trump.
us. Obama took money from
Hold
the
on, hold
United
on.
States.
Papi Chulo, hold on. Let's hear Trump. Go ahead, Trump. Trump.
Me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah. Me personally, I hire illegal aliens to come pour concrete for me. Shit, I figured them immigrants need a job. I'm more than happy to help a migrant get a job. I figured they're gonna sit down here and work and get their U.S. citizenship. I'm all for it.
Yes, sir.
That's good.
Those people are oftentimes misrepresented. I feel that those people oftentimes work too damn hard, and they're just coming over here looking for a better life, and they're looking for a whole lot of things. For as much as Americans rip on immigrants, literally they know we're immigrants as well. Everybody here is a damn immigrant in this
Yeah.
country. The only people that aren't immigrants to this land are Native Americans.
Yeah.
Out of that,
Exactly.
I
everybody else is
totally
an
agree.
immigrant. You can't bitch about
I
somebody
totally
coming here
agree.
when we're all goddamn immigrants. Everybody here is an immigrant. Unless you are born a Native American, you are an immigrant to this country.
Exactly. Thank you for saying that. DJ, go ahead,
Yeah.
DJ.
No, I agree.
Yeah, man. I
I
mean,
agree.
this guy took the
I
words
think
out
we
of my
all agree.
mouth. I mean,
I think we all agree.
yeah, exactly. I agree. I mean, he took the words out of my mouth. Like I'm gonna say what I'm gonna add on to what he said. Basically, like, yeah, we are all immigrants. This land belonged to the Native Americans, but what I've been told that the Europeans were here first, but the Native Americans were already here, and basically the Europeans took over, America. So I don't know which is true and which is false, but all I know is that when the Native Americans were here, this was their land,
Yep.
Absolutely,
and
yeah.
yeah, and basically like from all different parts of the world, whether it's Africa, whether it's Mexico, whether it's Guatemala, all these different countries, they
And
all
that's the thing,
migrated here.
And that's the thing. Immigration is the history, not just this country, the history of the world, okay?
Right.
Immigration is
Exactly,
all over the
exactly.
place. That's why I believe it should not even abort it. Because it's the history, okay? People, according to the science, people, the first human beings, they were in Africa, right? And then they spread all over the places. So people against immigration, they are just missing the history. Absolutely.
Right,
Absolutely.
exactly. And I think this goes back to 2015, 2016, when Trump was running for president, and that made me took a look at the history automatically because um, social studies, history, economy, and all that stuff popped up in my head. When he was running for president back in 2015. So it was like I had to take a look up my own history and what I studied and what I've learned from school. This was like elementary, middle school, high school. You know what I mean? And
Exactly.
I had to take a look at all that stuff. And basically like I had to backtrack what I've learned. And some of the stuff that I learned from school was not true. Like say for instance Columbus. They say that Columbus discovered America. No, he did not
No,
discover America.
no, of
It
course
was
not.
already discovered by the Europeans and the Native Americans. So basically, they're the ones that were here first. So that's a lie. You know,
Exactly.
I've been told a lie from school, and
Uh,
I had to do my own research.
Yeah, and that lie was all over the places. Okay, so that was in my country, in Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico. I know because I went to a school in Dominican Republic, and I went to a school in Puerto Rico, and it's the same lie across the board. That Cristobal Colombo, they point him like he was a god, and he was a criminal, guys. Cristobal Colombo was a criminal.
Right, that was the good story to tell. That's what it was, the softening of education, so we don't hear the bad parts, right? What really happened.
Exactly. And this is exactly what is happening right now, especially in a state like
Well,
Florida,
that's
when
what
this guy is destroying the history of black people. Like
exactly.
I don't know if you remember when Biden was inaugurated, like there was a black girl that read a poem on, right? So the scientists banned that information from Florida.
Yeah, it's
Okay?
sad. And Poppy though is part of that because Poppy's talking about the fear of these people coming here and being unvetted. Yet his president that he supports hired them and didn't vet them. They used
Exactly.
illegal paperwork. There's an 800 number any Trump company can call to confirm their paperwork in the government. He didn't do that, and he hired them, and then he used them for less money so he could put more money in his pocket, just like he used our government to put more money in his corporations' pockets.
Exactly. Yes.
Let,
And
By
let
you know,
me let me say that.
let me finish something, Papi Chulo, really quick. Hold on.
Okay, go ahead.
You know, when Luigi was here, the other guy that he left,
Who?
right? He said, the other Puerto Rican that
Oh,
left
yes,
a
yes,
minute
yes, yes,
ago.
yes, yes.
Okay, so when this is what I say, right? He said, no, I have no problem with immigrants coming, right? He said that. But when you're supporting people that has problem with immigrants, you are supporting that. So that means that you think what they think, right? That made you, uh, it's like okay, it's like the when you know somebody's robbing a bank, right? And you don't
Yes.
say nothing, you are part of the problem.
No, because
So
I don't see it like that, sir. Listen, when I was a cop, I used to come across a lot of immigrants, right? It's not just Mexicans. I used to come across other immigrants also. You know what I'm saying? Like a guy from Iran, his family abused him. What you have to do is you got to do the right thing. You have to follow the law, right? You have to. At the end of the day, and then this
so,
guy keeps talking about that this fear, all this talking about all that,
hey,
you
you
know,
got to
he
fear.
has Papi Chulo has fear about the
Yes, you
immigrants.
do. Yes,
Shut
you
the
do.
hell up. You don't know
If
what the hell
you're
you're
if
talking
you're
about.
less
you,
safe,
Fear.
if you're less
What I'm
safe
trying to
amongst your
convey,
Well,
what I'm
Americans,
trying to
if
well,
convey,
the
you're
thing,
less
sir,
safe amongst
listen
your
to me.
well,
Americans, why would you
Listen to
be
me.
the
fearing the immigrants?
Forget
well,
If
about
the
you're
thing
that.
less,
the thing is that the immigrants have to understand the law, and in order for us to have the immigration reform, they have to understand it. So basically, they don't understand our laws here in the U.S. So you
No,
have to make
most do,
sure
believe it
that
or
they
not.
no,
Most
understand.
do. Most
but
do.
Okay,
well, here's
Most
the
if
do.
they
thing.
understand
Again,
it, then there
Poppy,
shouldn't be any problems. There shouldn't be any
then
issues.
No,
Poppy,
you know what it
Poppy.
is? This is what's going on, right? So they're under the impression that okay, well we made it here to the United States, and it's okay to drink and drive. It's okay to do slap up your wife. It's okay to do because stuff like that, they get away with that in their countries, and they don't understand that here we are
No, they
very, very
don't.
strict with the law
No,
when it
they
comes to
don't.
That's
certain
what I'm
things like
Do
that.
you
talking.
not?
That's
No,
what
But
I'm
they
The
talking
but
about.
don't.
border is
but
They
very,
have to
very,
understand.
hang
listen,
on,
hold
the
hang
on,
on,
border
They
guys.
have.
is
one time, guys.
very, if I may speak,
For
They
the
the
have.
love of
the
Christ,
border
this is the
is very
stupidest thing I've ever
loose
heard.
with this law deal. They come over, next thing you know, they're all over the place. And I don't have an issue
Listen,
with that. My problem is
Poppy,
that they
you
have
do
to
have
follow the
self.
law.
Hey,
Poppy. Okay,
you're
I've heard you
stupid.
12
This is
times
exactly
talk.
what
Didn't I
you're
just
doing.
say
Hold
that?
on,
Didn't
guys.
didn't I just say
Yeah,
that they
you're
have to
repeating
understand the
yourself.
law?
Guys, hold on, hold on, hold on. Poppy, I've heard you say 12 times they have to follow the law. The problem is you are not holding our own U.S. citizens in the same regard, number one. Number two, there are less undocumented coming here breaking our laws versus the Americans breaking our laws, including your U.S. president that you support. You keep
Listen,
ignoring
that is
this. You don't
true. That
talk.
is
I
true.
want
There
you
is
to
more
talk about it.
Americans breaking the laws here. Yeah, no doubt
All
about
right,
it.
talk about your
No doubt
president.
about
Talk
it.
about your
That doesn't mean
president.
it's
Talk
right.
about him breaking the law.
That
Talk
doesn't
about
mean,
him.
listen to me,
You
sir.
keep
That
ignoring
doesn't
that.
mean that if you break the law, it's okay to do it. You understand what I'm
Okay,
saying?
so
But
why
wait
is
a
he
minute.
doing it
What
and
you
then
need to
telling you he
do
wants to
is
keep
to
them on
go
the other
ahead.
side? Scaring you. Why do you keep
No one's
ignoring the
scaring
fact
me.
that,
You keep saying
okay,
that.
then
Nothing
why do you
scares
ignore
me.
answering my
What
question?
you have
Answer the
is
question. Your
follow the
leader of the
law.
United States was breaking the law in his companies purposefully for his wallet, and you ignore that, but you fear the illegals coming over here that need to feed their families and need to have a good life.
Can I
You
ask you a
keep
question,
Exactly.
sir? How
ignoring
many
that.
times you been locked up?
I'm not. Answer my question first,
How
and
many
I'll tell
times you
you.
been locked up?
Answer
I
my
haven't been
question
locked
first, and
up.
I'll tell you.
I haven't been
How
locked up
many
because
times you
I'm
been locked up,
productive.
sir?
Answer my question first, and I'll tell you.
Okay, what was your question?
Stop
And I'm in
ignoring the
fear?
question.
That
Why
I'm in
is
fear?
Donald Trump, the president of the United States, allowed to break the law, but you're fearful of immigrants breaking the law?
He's not allowed to break the law.
Okay, then why did he? Then why
I
did he? And why did he tell you you need to
I can't
fear
wait to
them
see
coming
this.
across the border?
Then he should listen, then he should pay the price. I don't have a problem
Okay,
with that.
but he was the president of the United States, so he didn't have to pay the price.
Listen, you should pay the price.
Not
It don't matter if you're the president or
listen.
not. You should pay
Okay,
the
so
price.
you sit here and say you're supporting him, but he's breaking the law and you're supporting him.
I'm
That's
saying
a
that he
good
should pay
point.
the
That's a
price.
good point.
At the end of the
Okay,
day,
and by
you
that,
have
shouldn't he pay the
to,
price by you not voting for him because you are a man of law? You
yeah,
keep
I'm gonna vote for
ignoring that.
him. That is,
All right,
listen, that is the guy that's gonna go up there and do the right thing for everybody. In my belief.
Wait.
so
Your
he
belief is not.
hired,
Your
he
belief is
All
broke
right.
not.
our laws and then told you need to be scared and vet these people
Oh
before
yeah, I'm
we let them
scared.
in. But
I'm
he didn't
scared.
vet them. He didn't vet them before he let them in this country and
How
worked
many
for
times you been locked
in
up,
his
sir?
golf courses. Right?
How
He
many times
didn't
you been
vet them.
locked up, sir?
None.
None. And why
None.
is that?
Because I choose to obey the
Exactly.
law.
Exactly.
Right?
And that's a good abiding citizen.
Have been
Yeah.
arrested.
It's a
That's
very
like
good abiding
stupid.
citizen.
That's
And that's
stupid, though. That's
no,
stupid
that's not stupid.
because
That's the right
many
thing to do.
citizens in the United States choose
I don't
How is it
differently.
want,
stupid?
listen, I
Many
don't
How
want
is
a
it
citizens in
dumb?
the
criminal next,
United States
I
choose
don't want a
differently.
criminal as a next door neighbor. All
Are you
right.
fearful of
I
drugs?
don't want
But
a
you would,
Are you
murderer. I
but
don't
you
fearful of
want
would,
a
drugs?
but you
rapist.
would vote
I
for
don't
one.
want a criminal.
But
It
Are
you
you
would,
doesn't matter if
fearful of
it
drugs?
doesn't
wait.
matter
But
if
you
he's
would
an
Okay.
vote for
immigrant
one.
or not.
All right.
I
Are
don't
you
want him
fearful of
here.
drugs? Are you fearful of
Hold on,
drugs?
hold on. Mas is speaking. Go ahead, Mas.
Well, here's the thing, right? And Jeff is absolutely correct, right? In
You
what
know,
he's saying, right? Because
I
you
saw.
have no problem, with saying that these people should follow the law and they
Maybe
should
you
do
go after
everything
Mas, maybe.
to be right. But you have no problem with voting somebody who's committed crime. Make that make sense.
Well,
You
he's
know.
innocent until
You know.
proven guilty.
He
I'm
was
sorry,
proven
but
guilty. He was
I have to
proven
jump
he
in
was
real quick.
proven guilty.
All right, let's
Innocent
hear
until proven
let's
Yeah,
hear
guilty.
Levy.
Yeah,
Levy,
he
go
was
ahead,
proven
Levy.
guilty.
What you have to say?
he was
He was
guilty
he,
of
yeah.
sexual assault.
No. I'm not even talking about that. He was proven guilty twice. That's why he was impeached twice.
All right.
Hold on, hold on. Levy, go ahead, Levy.
No, I'm just kind of all over the place, but um, what do y'all think about um, undocumented immigrants? I'm asking the panelists.
I'm
Undocumented
asking what?
immigrants. What what do y'all think about undocumented immigrants serving in the military?
I
For
have a
what
I don't have
problem
a
purpose?
with that.
problem with that.
For
I
what?
don't have a
Wait.
problem with
For
that.
what purpose?
So
For
No,
what purpose?
okay,
if the
so
immigrants
hang
want to
on,
serve the country, they can. They
hang on,
can. And you know
hang
what?
on.
It's the freedom of right to the country because they love the country. They want their dreams to come true. They want to work hard support their families. They want to do whatever they can to escape the life that they had before.
Okay, so everybody's good with immigration then, if that's the
Yeah.
case.
I am.
I mean,
I don't know about
it's
you.
Papichulo is the one against immigration, even though he's an immigrant. He's a U.S. citizen because he's Puerto Rican, but he's an immigrant anyway.
Well, we're all immigrants, right?
I'm
And
gonna
that's
I'm
my
gonna tell you
point.
something.
And
I'm gonna tell you something.
it's
You
it's
Democrats have a
one
real
thing
tough
to
time. Democrats have a real tough time that at the end of the day, it really comes down to following the law. It really comes down to that.
No, it
And at the end
doesn't.
of the day,
No, it doesn't. In your mind,
so
it
you're
doesn't.
not
Because
so
you
you're
are
not
willing to
okay with
vote for a man that
undocumented
has
immigrants
broken
serving
many
in the
can you
laws.
military.
can you
You don't
imagine a
care.
nation without a
You
law?
don't care.
Without
Right. Can you
laws?
imagine
I'm
Can
a
you
going.
imagine
I'm
that?
going
president who
through
breaks
the.
the
But you
laws?
pick it. But you pick and
I'm
choose.
going
Wait a
to.
minute.
I'm going through the
Let me. When if I
constitutional rights.
Papi Chulo, if I Max was, let's say, hypothetically speaking, if I walked into a women's restroom and groped her, right? Me, Max. If I think, is that illegal?
Max, I think that you're a perfect example when cousins get married. Of course. Of
Okay,
course
so
Yeah,
that's
that's
that goes for
illegal.
illegal.
everybody.
All right. Walk, stay with me here. Then you said that that's illegal. That's bad. That's a bad thing. That's a no-no.
Of
Yes.
course, Max.
Okay. The guy you
What's the
want to vote
problem?
for? Wait. The guy you want to vote for just had to pay $7 million because of that.
Okay.
You're still okay with him?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Okay,
I'm
good.
not.
So you're
Yeah,
See,
I'm gonna
okay.
vote for him.
So you're
I'm gonna
okay.
vote
Wait.
for him.
I
So
am
you're
not. I
yeah.
am
So
not gonna
you
Oh
be
my
okay
God.
with
so you
anybody
so
that does that
you're
to anybody. I don't care who
thank
they
you.
are.
So Papi Chulo,
exactly.
you just proved that you're a
Exactly.
hypocrite and a piece of shit because you'll vote for a man who would do that illegally
This
to a
is the
woman.
definition of core, right?
Look, there's nothing that
Listen,
Donald Trump could do that could possibly do that would change
I'm
any of
gonna
these people's
I'm gonna
minds.
tell you. I'm
There,
gonna tell
there,
you.
there's a
I'm
No,
difference.
if
Zero,
you would have
it's
zero,
believed,
I'm
There's
zero.
gonna
a
tell
If
you.
difference
you would have
between
wait, wait,
no.
wait,
I'm
wait,
gonna
There's a
wait,
tell
wait,
you.
difference
wait, real quick.
between
I'm gonna hop
no,
off,
no.
Papi Chulo.
There's a
Nothing you can
difference
do.
between
Or see.
serving your country and groping somebody. There's a difference between serving your
I don't
country,
think he
loving
groped
your
her at
country,
all.
and
I'll be honest with
You
you.
know,
I
and
really don't.
groping
there's
somebody.
nothing,
I think
there's
that
There's a
nothing.
difference.
if he would have
I'm
grabbed
not
her,
stupid. I'm
she would have
smart. I know
ran to
what
the
the hell I'm talking
police
about.
and she would have
Papi
went up
Chulo,
there and
Hmm.
made
Papi
charges
Chulo,
against them right there and then.
Papi Chulo.
I don't think
What
that
would,
she was
what would,
traumatized,
what,
that she would
what
keep
would,
her mouth
what,
shut
How
what
do you
would
know
years
how she
Donald
later.
Trump?
feels? Have
Years
you heard?
later.
Wait a minute.
And if
Here's the
Trump
thing.
wasn't
What,
president, if
what
Trump
does,
was not
Oh,
president,
what,
come on.
he would
what
none of
does,
this would have ever
what?
came up.
What would Donald Trump actually? Donald Trump
That's
had
rubbish.
36 abuse
Mm.
cases against him before he even became president. But that's not the thing. What would Donald Trump have to do to lose your vote?
Um, you know what? I'm going to tell you. Let's say he decides to go to war with Russia. I don't think that's a good idea. He would lose my vote.
Oh,
Let's
come
say
on, be real,
listen to
be
me.
real. You know
Let's
he's not
say
going
let's
to
say he
stop.
decides to go to war with China. I don't think that's a good idea. He would lose my vote. Let's say he goes up there and does something crazy, crazy.
Like
He
what?
would lose my vote. He would lose
Like
my
What
what?
vote.
would what
Like
what is the
yeah.
crazy thing that he would have to do? I just want to see where the barometer lies on this.
Hmm.
What's the
Hmm.
crazy thing that he would have to do besides starting wars, which no president should really should do unjustifiably, right? But what's the thing? What's a crazy thing that he would have to do as an American president? Let me ask you this: do you think that if, let's say, Donald Trump was caught having, especially since he's married, having an illicit affair with someone who worked under him, would you think that that's reason for him to stop being president?
Like Clinton? You talking about like
Yeah.
Clinton?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, he got
Now we're
impeached for
talking
that,
about
you
the
know?
'90s.
Wait. I need you to answer this question. Do you think that's a reason for him to lose his presidency?
Yeah, I think that's a good reason enough to lose
You
to
know what?
impeach
Not the
them. Yeah,
Let me tell you.
wait.
Let me
So
let me
not
let me
the
tell
I
let me
think
let
so.
me tell you something
I
about
think
Bill.
so.
Let
so
me let
then
me tell
not
you
the
something
fact.
about.
I think
So
so.
not the
Let me tell
fact.
you something.
So
No,
wait, not the
wait,
fact that he
wait, wait,
came out
wait.
and said that he would grab him by the pussy. Not the fact that he has 36 sexual assault
I I
allegations. Not
I
the fact that he
believe
No.
has to pay
You know
that
what?
is
$30
false.
million dollars to a
Let me tell you
woman.
If
something.
he would have
Bullshit.
grabbed her by,
I grew up.
listen,
No,
if he would have
I
grabbed her
grew
by
up in
the
the '90s.
poontang,
One at a time. One at a time. Hold on. Thank you. Is Levy is talking? Levy, go ahead.
When you're a
Or DJ.
stud, they let you do anything.
No, it's not me.
You know what?
Who's talking?
Let me tell you something. I grew up in the '90s. I know what what the national news was all about in the '90s. So the thing is between the difference
We
between
all
Bill
do, bro.
Clinton and yeah, exactly. The difference between Bill Clinton and Donald Trump is that Bill Clinton admitted it on national television. Do you
he didn't
remember
admit
that?
nothing.
No.
He didn't admit nothing. He denied it.
No, at first he did, but he went back on national television and admitted it. So that way
Yeah.
he didn't have to be impeached. Okay,
It
he
depends
All
on
finally
right,
what
he
got
admitted
he
it.
no
Okay.
wait
the word
he
is
finally got honest. He finally got honest about it and told the nation what happened. Okay,
All
what
right.
he did, and then so that way he wouldn't get impeached. Okay, so with
I
Donald
blew a
Trump,
massive load right on that
With Donald Trump, he admitted it. He got impeached twice, and then he still was the president until his first term was over. What does that
Yeah,
tell you guys?
that Russian collusion nonsense, that fake
Why
dossier,
are you
that
changing
was
the
like really
why are you
embarrassing.
changing the subject?
That was an
This is why
embarrassment.
this is why I
How do
say
you
Oh,
that
go
you
to
you're
a
wait,
stupid.
judge?
that's
Listen,
I
I've done
crazy.
agree
search
with
and
Wow.
you
seizures.
100%.
I've done
Papichulo,
search
this
and
is why I
seizures.
say that
one
you're
at a
I've done
time,
a
this is
guys.
ton of
why I
search
say
and
that you're
seizures.
dumb.
How do you
This
go
One at
is
a
to a
why I
time.
say that
judge,
you're
raise
dumb.
up your hand, and lie on paper like that? How do you go to a
Wait,
judge and lie on paper
wait.
like that? A
Hey,
FISA
Yeah,
judge, a federal
the
FISA
reason
exactly.
judge,
the
and
reason
Exactly.
you
lie.
And
know how he lies.
Papi Chulo, exactly. Like how he lied with the classified documents that he take from the
Yeah.
White House. Exactly.
Listen,
Let's hear
they
this
all
guy, Chronicula, right? Chronicula, I don't know, whatever it is.
yeah, they'll
Go
take
ahead.
documents. They'll take documents. They'll take
Go ahead.
documents home.
Let's hear
Listen,
this guy,
does it
Papi
is
Chulo.
it
Hold on.
right?
Let's hear
No,
this
of
guy.
course
Go
it's
ahead.
not right to
Hey, we
do
got a
that.
guest in the box.
Is it right
Man,
to do that? No, it's
man,
not
with
right to
this
do that.
Hold on, Papi Chulo. Hold
But
on,
they
hold
man,
all
I'm
on.
do
gonna
Hold
have
on
a
that.
for a
couple of
second. Go
shots
ahead.
And
after
at the end
this.
of the day,
Huh?
Trump has the
Hold on,
authority
hold on,
to
hold
say
on,
this
hold
is
on, hold on.
classified and
No, he
this is not.
doesn't. No,
Biden,
he
when he was
doesn't.
vice president,
No, he
Hold on,
doesn't.
hold on, hold on, hold on, Papi
No,
Chulo.
you
Hold
don't.
on. Take it easy.
I'm
Go
dead.
go ahead.
I'm dead.
Go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
Well, I agree with your wall. Immigrants do make America great, and Donald Trump. You know the movie Happy Gilmore. He's Happy Gilmore in real life. Only he never had to go back through and do all the grades over. Daddy paid off every teacher that motherfucker ever had. He is dumb as a box of rocks.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Agreed.
Agree. 100%.
Real life
And
Billy
Listen,
Madison.
and I
listen,
listen
and
today, I hear Trump supporters every day. And I hear in one of these the rallies, somebody was asking question. And one of the ladies say, we love Trump because Trump came from the ground, right? And he became a billionaire. And come on, this is simply not true, and everybody knows that
He
he get
Hmm.
400 million from his daddy.
I
yeah,
am
and
not
he
going to
says
vote
it
for
was a
people that are
small
against
loan of
immigrants.
$1 million. That's bullshit. It
Exactly.
wasn't a
I'm
small
sorry,
loan of a
but
million
I
yeah,
am not
dollars.
going to vote people that are against immigrants. Simple as
Exactly.
that.
listen, look,
he not
and
only is
here's
he
the
against immigrants, he's against our troops. Do you guys remember what he said at the military funeral? He called them suckers and losers, and he said, "What's in it for them?" Those are
Especially
words he
John
did
McCain.
say. So all you people who,
Hmm.
all you Republicans who say you love the troops and all that, think about that shit. Because those are real words that came out of his mouth. That's a fact.
That's right. That's
It's
right.
not Kellyanne Conway's alternative
Look
facts.
look
That's
what
a
happened
real
to
fact, fools.
yeah, look what happened to what what was the senator's name? McCain, John McCain.
John
John
McCain,
McCain.
yeah.
Yeah, John McCain. If you ever take a look at the history and what he did in the Vietnam War, and he was a POW, that should tell you everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Yep.
and then Trump say, I don't like people. I like people that went captured. Like, come on, man. Come on. For real?
The,
And you
the,
So,
see
the,
veterans here supporting this guy?
go ahead,
the,
Mac.
McCain was one of the
and this
last. Somebody said McCain's a traitor. Whoever said McCain's a traitor, you're an idiot. McCain was one of the last good Republicans. And
Right,
Republicans
Absolutely.
really need
exactly.
to
And
get
he
back
was
to a
well
standard of honor like
respected
we had
by,
under Dwight Eisenhower. Dwight Eisenhower
right.
would be
He
considered a
was
liberal today.
right. John McCain was well respected from both parties, Democrats and Republicans. So
Yeah.
I don't know why people were saying that he was a traitor when
Because,
John McCain is well respected from both parties.
Because
because
he
everybody,
wasn't part of MAGA. That's
everybody,
why.
everybody that do something against Trump is a rhino or is a traitor. This is what they say.
Exactly.
And
You,
and I am watching Twitter right now, guys, and I see something, a Trump supporter, right? This is what he say. I will never, I will never ever forgive Ron DeSantis for his betrayal. And if this somehow become unnecessary divisive primary and he beat Trump, I will be supporting a Democrat over DeSantis. So they are fighting so bad right now.
That's
It's
great.
crazy.
and this
So
and this just goes back, and I'm sorry because I'm gonna hop off. I have a girlfriend that's way more important than this conversation. But I'm gonna say this, and then I'm gonna hop off, right? Um, while we want to have this argument, right? And I said this before, we have this argument and this and this thing for you to support people who are completely against you and your own people, your own best interest is completely asinine to me. And I'll never understand why it is that some of us, not all of us, some of us choose to kick the ladder down that our families and our people work so hard to get across from. And I'll never get that. And I think you're traitors
right.
to who your people are when you do so, right? You're worse than KKK to me. You're a piece of shit and you're fucking stupid. And I say that disrespectfully, right? Because there's no one that can trust you when you turn your back on your own people and your own community.
Exactly. Exactly. And I totally agree with him on that. You know what I mean? But the thing about it is that people need to understand that we're all the nation of immigrants. And if you can't understand that, then it's already too late for you. Simple as that. It's already too late. It's done. It's gone. It's
you're
already in
right.
the past already.
Yep, you're right. So I want to mention something that Poppy brought up because he's got all kinds of misinformation that he doesn't know, and it makes him look stupid. So, Poppy, presidents do not have the unilateral power to uh, take paperwork, take top secret documents, and uh, I can't even think of the word right now, but what do we do when we take them? Oh, declassify them. He does not have that power. His lawyers told him that. He just wanted to hold on to the papers. The difference between Trump and any other president who was caught with top secret documents, they handed them over. Donald Trump held them, lied and said they weren't top secret, and he lied about it, right? So, they,
So that makes him declassified just because I say so.
right. I mean,
Who threw the rules?
the
Who threw
bottom
the
line is,
rules?
That's a
yeah,
good one. I like that one.
yeah. The problem is Pappy just ignores that stuff and he reads the right wing news that tells him what to say, and then now he looks stupid to everybody.
Absolutely.
Can I just say one more thing before I dip out?
Go ahead.
We got a lot of Republicans in the comments, I see. So one thing that you people need to realize is how stupid you sound when you make the socialism your big boogeyman, your communist boogeyman. It all comes out of your check. You know, the police you say you love so much. The fire department, you know, and fire department, they're the real fucking heroes anyway. You know, the mail, the army you say you love so much. Do it all for the troops, right? The Navy, the Coast Guard, all that shit. Public schools, the VA. It all
It's
comes out of your
socialism.
check.
Yeah.
It's the definition
Yeah,
of socialism. We're a socialist democracy. Get used to it. It's already here.
Well, how about
What's wrong with adding
I,
healthcare to that long list?
I see a
so
comment
hold
that
on,
says
hold
all
on.
these TikTok
Hold
lawyers.
on, hold on.
I'm like, come on,
Let's
man,
hear Jacob. Go ahead,
get
Jacob.
real,
Go ahead, Jacob.
get realistic. Come
I
on,
got a
man.
question. I got a
All these
question for you
TikTok
guys who are
lawyers
advocating for
out of
this
here with that.
socialistic democracy. Do you guys not remember what a lot of these socialistic, communistic leaders did to their own people? Joseph Stalin was a socialistic communist leader and had his own son killed. The people of Cuba have been illegally entering the United States for decades because of Fidel Castro and all of his laws that cause innocent citizens to suffer.
okay.
Last time I talked to a Cuban who escaped under the Fidel Castro administration, they told me that unless you were extremely wealthy or a vacationer, you didn't get to eat a lot of lobster, crab, pork, beef. It was all safe for the wealthy and for the people who were coming there for vacation.
Well,
Okay.
just
And
because
I do agree that yes, the
Exactly.
firefighters are, everything else. But what I'm having a hard time understanding is socialism is only a good idea on paper, but we forget how greedy human beings can be and how selfish they are. I mean, hell, just look at the United
Yep.
States
But
Congress. You got people going in
Yeah.
there
nobody's
who
pushing
aren't
You know,
willing
socialism in the United
halfway through
States.
their term,
I got a question
their
to ask
term,
the people in
because
the
of inside
comments.
trading.
I got a question to ask the people in the comments because they seem to be like pro Trump, but the people that left, Florida because of the fact that, Ron DeSantis or whoever he is, chased the immigrants out of the state. And most of these people were construction workers. These people were working the fields. These people were supporting their families. Are you going to step up to the plate? Are you going to work? You're going to take it. Are you going to take their place, or are you going to chicken out?
So let me
Hold
ask
on.
you this, and that, in the spirit of asking that,
No, this is people in the
what
comments. I'm not talking to you.
what? Well, okay, but I am just now hearing about. I'm originally from Florida, and apparently there's new laws that I haven't heard of. Do you happen to know the name of those bills so I can look them up and understand them for myself?
Which one?
Any of them, because I would like to know about that.
Which one? You want to know about the anti-immigration bill or the or the one that the doctor can refuse service because of their belief?
Either one would be great because I only moved out of Florida for a relationship. So I'm just now apparently not knowing about these laws. I would like to be well informed.
Yeah, the anti-immigration bill is if you have over 25 employees, it's mandatory to be on. Okay, must put the name here. HBA's HB 171A. So one of them is like it's mandatory to put the employee on the system. What is the name of the system? I forget the name. Verify. I think verify, right? And then if you don't do that, I think the state is going to fine you like $10,000 a day, something like that. And they can bring criminal charges and whatever. And if you cross, like if you live in Georgia, for example, right? And then you have a family member that you gonna come over with them to Disney, right? So the state, even you are a U.S. citizen, the state can press you charges for felony. just for
Okay, but they're
traveling
charged
down
for a felony
to
if they do
Florida.
what again?
Huh?
They're charged with a felony if they do what again?
If you cross the state lines,
So hold on. From what you're saying,
if
if
you coming from Georgia to Florida, for example, and you are a U.S. citizen, and you are with, I don't know, with your cousin, whatever, and they have no papers, so you get a felony for that.
so wait, if they have no papers to be in the United States and they get caught crossing state lines, they get arrested with a felony, which is more than likely illegal entership to the United States
No, 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 no,
of,
no,
of
no.
many others.
They are already in the United States. It's just if you are crossing a sample, for example, from Georgia to Florida, okay, that's it. And
Okay,
the
but is this
citizen is the one. The citizen is the one that get arrested. Okay, the undocumented they probably gonna call ICE, whatever.
okay? You said that's HB 1718, right?
Yes, that is what I say. Yeah, Mas, go ahead, say something, man.
Hey, I haven't talked to you guys in a while. How y'all doing? Y'all having a good one? Sounds like we're having an interesting conversation here. Thank you for letting me up, host. I really appreciate the invite.
Hey,
You know,
hold on. Hey, I need one more. Oh, okay, somebody already left. Okay, I have somebody waiting. Yeah. Okay, go ahead, Mas.
and like I said, I just appreciate being allowed to come into these conversations. I see that it's a very peaceful conversation that we're having right now. Um, Look, for the people in the comments that are saying that, illegals bring down the wages and they do that thing. Here's a fact, right? We live in a capitalist country. These companies make money. The more money they can make, they make more money and profit if they can have cheap labor. But what a lot of Americans fail to acknowledge is that it also keeps the prices of things down. There's a reason that Americans don't fucking take these jobs. Because if I had to fucking pay an American 17.50 an hour to fucking orange, that means that orange when it hits the store, I'd have to pay $32 for it. You guys are
Hmm.
already complaining about the prices. Shut the fuck up. Let people go through the process to become American citizens. Make it easier so that they can do so. Then people wouldn't have to worry about illegal immigration if it was easier. The immigration problem that we have with that's different from other countries is that no other country in the world makes it this hard to become a fucking citizen. We could literally, as Americans, go to any other country in the world and it would cost less and less time to do so. You actually have to pay to stop being Americans. It's fucking dumb. And anybody who thinks differently is a fucking idiot.
Exactly.
I totally appreciate that, man. That's what I'm talking about.
Hmm.
Yeah, us Americans fail to understand that
Uh,
it takes a lot of hard work to get what you want. Us Americans become lazy, and we can't work for what we want because we're lazy.
I would argue, in fact, of
And
that
me
it's actually
personally,
better for
I'm
less
kind of
business tax.
embarrassed. I'm embarrassed because like we should be the ones
Uh,
that to step up to the plate and actually build on it. You know what I mean? And welcome the immigration. But we're not doing that because we're
Well,
lazy.
we can do that, but the problem is our corporations want the greed, so they're not going to do it. They're just not going. They want to, like Matt said,
Don't
they want to.
don't
They
let
want
them.
that
Don't
$17 orange picker instead of that, having to put the orange on the shelf for more expensive and having Americans complain, and they want in their pockets.
First of all,
well. That's when we
there
have
is
to
a such
shut them
thing as
down.
being independent, and you can grow an orange tree in your backyard, such as I do. You can grow grapefruit trees in your backyard, such as I do. You
Most
can grow your
Americans
own
can't.
strawberries, lettuce, and all that stuff indoors if you wanted to, like I do. I got a whole hydroponics garden, matter of fact, that I built myself. So I don't have to worry
There,
about
there,
anybody picking my produce
there
or
is
any of that
somebody in the
stuff.
comments.
Matter of
There is
fact,
somebody in the
the other
comments that
part of
say
it
that
is that
we have
if
plenty
anybody wants to
Americans.
talk about cheap labor and anything like that, the better thing to do is actually lower business taxes on businesses and corporations so they can hire people. That's the best thing to
Even
do.
lower.
No,
And
wait a minute,
then
wait a minute,
when
wait a
you
minute.
lower
So
I
business
gotta,
taxes
I gotta
on
argue.
when you
I
lower
gotta argue
business
with you,
taxes
Jay,
on
because
corporations and businesses, what
really,
you
No,
can do is actually
why do
pay
you
your
think?
workers a
Wait a
lot
minute.
better.
Why
no,
do
no,
Believe it
that
or
never
not.
absolutely
that
no.
never
why do we think?
happens. It
Wait a
never
minute. Hold
works.
on a second,
You know
No.
Georgia.
that.
Why do you think we? Why do you think our deficit is so high right now?
The task cops.
Excuse me?
The
Why do
task
you think our
cops.
deficit? Why do you think our deficit is so high right now?
That would be because a lot of stuff as far as it takes a lot more to make it. So you gotta pay more in energy. You have to pay more in
Georgia,
petroleum and everything like
Georgia,
that.
Georgia.
Yeah, and there's higher in tariffs.
Georgia,
So we're actually
next time, Georgia, do me a favor. Next time, just say, "Hey, Max, I don't fucking know, and I have no idea."
it
Hmm.
And
it
rather than
costs more to
rambling off a
produce
bunch
it.
of dumb shit,
It
I'd rather
costs
not
more to
fucking say
produce it.
anything. Anyway,
No,
no,
Max,
we
it
have a
costs more to
fucking
produce it.
no, Georgia.
Energy bills
Have
in the state of
Georgia,
Georgia.
we have a Georgia,
In the
Georgia.
state of
Listen to me.
Georgia, do you
We
know
have a
the
huge deficit.
Georgia
We
Power?
have a huge deficit because the corporations are not paying their fair share in taxes. You fucking idiot. You
No,
fucking potato. Listen
no,
to me.
no, you
If
donkey.
these
No, you
trillion dollar,
donkey.
if these
No,
trillion
you
dollar,
donkey.
if these
No,
trillion
you
dollar
donkey.
companies are not
If
paying,
if
if these
companies
people
have
are not
higher
paying enough
higher
taxes,
utility
then we
bills
have a
and
fucking
it
higher
costs them
deficit.
higher
We
and
have
it
to
costs
know.
them
We
higher
have to raise the
utilities on
taxes. There's
everything for them to produce stuff,
no
then everything
corporation,
goes
no
up.
corporation
Then
should
when
be
it
paying
costs more to go to work, and when you
no
gotta pay more
corporation
at the gas
should
pump,
be
and
paying
when
less
you gotta pay
taxes than the
more for all
citizens of
this
the
other
U.S.
stuff because of
You fucking
inflation,
idiot.
because it
Go back
costs
to
more to
Georgia
make it,
turnips.
then
That's
you're
why
not
they
gonna be
don't
making
fucking
One
over.
at
You're
a
have
not gonna
time. One
make
at a
over the
time.
fucking followers
deficit,
to be able to
and
ask
then
you
you
One
got,
at
questions.
a
and then you
If
time.
all
you're so
fucked up
fucking
because you
dumb,
a
I'm
if
a
donkey.
even
You a
Salvador
donkey.
Subirats
That's
I'm
how
I'm a
economics
catch
works.
that
fucking small, is
When
gonna
it
be
bees.
cost
fucking
when
saying
it
something
costs
stupid.
more, you lose. When it
Hold on.
costs
Hold
more
on.
to
Can
Hold
make
on.
it,
y'all?
you
Hey, can
Hold
y'all
on.
lose.
act
Hold on.
like
Hold on.
adults? Can y'all act
Hold
like
on.
adults?
Georgia.
Nah, you
So
let
you
me
think
start
so?
out first,
So
so I can get
Georgia,
back to him.
Georgia. Hold on, Georgia. You truly believe
Okay.
the task code create employees?
Does tax code create employees? No,
Yes,
it actually makes more slaves. I'm
absolutely.
for
Yes,
I'm for no slaves. I'm
because
for the
the task code,
constitutional republic.
the
So
task
I'm not
code
either
don't create
Republican or
any
Democrat.
job.
I'm
What?
actually a
When,
constitutionalist. Let's do
hold on,
stuff the
hold on,
constitutional
hold on.
way. How about that?
What is he talking
Trump did the
Would you
task
like more
about?
code,
freedom?
when Trump did the task codes, that created a high deficit, and the national debt went up 3 trillions because of the task, and that shouldn't create any new jobs, right? Well, how we know that don't create any new jobs? Because the average stayed the same, 185 during the Trump presidency. Okay,
Is
and
it
that's why we know
unlawful
that. And
for
what
them
they
to
do with
tax
the
you on
money,
labor?
with the leftover,
Ask
they
the Supreme Court,
bypass
is
the
it
scraps.
lawful for
Hey,
them to
hey,
tax you on
hey,
labor?
hey, hey! The host is speaking. The host is speaking. Let him
So,
talk.
and this is what you guys Republicans don't understand, that right?
I'm a
Wh-
constitutionalist, not a Republican.
I mean, you're defending that. You're a Republican to me. You can call yourself whatever you want.
Yeah, yeah.
What? Okay, so yeah, the tax code
Look
don't
into what a
work.
constitutional republic is, please, sir.
Hey, I hear this about Republicans every day. When we say this is a democracy, you guys say the same. This is a constitutional Republican. I hear that every day, man. I talk to Republicans every day. Okay, there is
Does
nothing
it
new to
say,
me.
and to the democracy for which it stands, or to the republic for which it stands? One nation under God.
Okay, so okay, let me ask you a question. Who you support, DeSantis or Trump?
In the liberty and justice for all.
I support freedom. I support the Constitution.
Yeah, who?
Whichever one is more
DeSantis,
constitutional.
Yeah, there you go.
DeSantis or
There you
Trump?
go.
Are you for sovereign borders? Are you for a
I am,
sovereign
yeah.
state, a sovereign nation? Are you for a sovereign we the people? Because you
We
can't
the
have
people,
either if the
absolutely.
people are not
We
free
the
and
people,
sovereign.
including everybody, including black people,
Wait,
including undocumented
That's we
immigrants,
the people,
including
ain't it?
everybody.
But that's we
Everybody,
the
right?
people.
Georgia,
That's we
Georgia,
the
are you for
people, isn't it?
slavery?
We
Yeah,
the
I gotta.
people. We the
I got
people is
with
a
you on that one.
constitutional republic.
Georgia, are you for slavery?
Hell no. Not
It's in
even
the
in the legal
it's in the
sense.
constitution. It's in the
Not even
constitution.
in the legal sense.
It's in the constitution.
Of which one?
The constitution.
How many
It's in the
constitutions were
constitution.
there?
It's
Which
in the
number? Which
it's the constitution that slavery is okay.
Is that the Constitution of 1871? As
Yeah,
far as for the
that's the.
corporation?
Wait, you okay? So then you're okay for slavery if you're okay with the one from
Are you
1871 when there was
because
slavery in this country.
no, are you is that what you're talking about? Is that what you're talking about?
I'm
Because I'm
talking.
not for the corporation. I'm for the original
I'm not
Constitution.
talking.
I'm
Okay,
for
who?
the I'm
Oh, you put the original
so far
Wait,
gone.
constitution?
wait.
Hey,
The
hey, I'm
original
so
one.
far gone. Hey, I'm gonna
You're
help you out with something. I'm gonna help you out
you're
with
okay
something
with
real
the.
quick. Do
You're
you know what
okay
the
with the
titles of nobility
Constitution.
act is?
Listen to me.
Max, do you know what the titles of nobility act is?
You're okay with the Constitution that considered the indigenous of this country savages.
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 Show me where that says that.
now? Now
Show
we're
me where
getting
that
to the
says that.
deep. Now we're getting to the deep Constitution. This is exactly what
Show me
I'm
where it
talking
says that.
about.
Because
But
it
you
says
said,
that all men are created equal and also have
Right.
God given inalienable rights.
Who wrote? Wait. All men. Who
All
wrote that
men.
Constitution?
All men. Are you a man?
We're all
Max,
wait.
are you a man?
Were all men granted the
Max,
same rights under that Constitution?
Max, let me ask you this. Are you a
Georgia,
man?
Georgia. Were all men of all races, creeds, and colors in this granted the same rights in that piece of paper you're about?
In the state of New York and Pennsylvania, yes.
Were were there weren't any slaves in New York and Pennsylvania when that
There
Constitution
were
was
free
written?
men. And New York and
Were there
Pennsylvania were actually granting
were
people
there
free man status, believe it or not.
were there
And
to
right?
there were
Were
why,
free
there
to
blacks.
why
but
There were
men?
George,
free blacks that
Why,
were not
to
even
why
that were not
men?
even ever
why
slaves, believe it or not, because they were
To,
Moors.
to why men,
they
okay?
so wait
Max,
so
do
so
your
wait a
research
minute
now, because
so
you're about to
so
go
all
into some deep water now.
all the Africans that brought were you saying that all the Africans that were brought into the ports of New York and Pennsylvania were free men? Is that what
You
you're
can
claiming? And that the Constitution allowed them that? Because we're
colonial,
gonna have this conversation. Because,
the
like I said
colonial
earlier,
states,
this is what I'm saying. This is exactly what I'm
the
saying.
colonial
You're
states
fucking
of New York
stupid,
and
and you only
Pennsylvania
use things when you
were
think that
creating.
people are just as dumb as you. Not
No,
everybody is as stupid as you.
if you do your research, you would understand that in New York and Pennsylvania,
Not every
they were the
man
only two states that were granting free man status to freed slaves,
do.
but
Okay,
also
so wait.
to their
So freed
citizens,
slaves, to freed
but
slaves.
also to
So
their
that means that
citizens.
them slaves that were not freed were considered what?
Slaves that were not considered free are not free. They're not.
Okay,
They're
so then
slaves.
they were slaves. So
If
not
you made
everybody
it,
was
if
granted
you were a
freedom.
slave, if you were a slave and you made it to New York and Pennsylvania, you can work on getting your free man status back in the day. And that's what they were granting out of all the colonial states.
And who and how
Does that
and
make
were
any
all
sense to
wait,
you?
so they were slaves. And not everybody was granted that.
Not everybody went to New York or
Okay.
Pennsylvania. No,
Hey,
In
what's
New
your
no.
York and
source?
So
Pennsylvania.
what's your
What's your
point?
source,
Like,
Georgia? Where can I find that at?
What is
no,
your
no,
point?
no.
Look at
No,
New
Hold
York
because
on.
I
No,
State.
no,
want I
no.
don't
He's not. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let's be clear on this.
I'm trying
He's
to be
not
educated.
wrong. He's not wrong. No, he's
I
not
want to read
wrong.
more on it is what I'm saying.
New York, and Pennsylvania
You have to
allowed
look it
free
up.
man status, right? But you had to buy your way out of that, and that was only if whoever your owner was allowed you to buy your way out of that. That doesn't mean that
Yeah.
every man that was came into this country was allowed to not be a slave. You had to buy your way out of that. So there were still slaves. That means that
Are more?
his
Wait.
constitution that he's okay with, it allowed slaves the same way that we allow slaves now. So
I
Yeah.
can
again,
Well, at
tell.
that
just to
time,
prove my
I
point, because
can
I'm gonna
tell
go
you
off
have
again, and
never
I'll
at
go
that
listened
against
to.
the
time,
next
You
they
have.
see
stupid
the
You've
idiot.
never
slaves
talked
as
to a
a
Moor.
He's a
commodity.
fucking idiot, and he
Have
doesn't
you
know what
ever
the fuck
talked to
he's
a Moor?
talking about.
Because you can say I'm an idiot all you want, but I guess you have never talked to a Moor. Because
Listen, I don't
more
care.
are the
I don't
same
care
black
if
people that
Jerry's
have
coming
been
more.
here.
I don't care if he comes from more land.
They
If he
are,
talks anyway
they
the way
have
that you
always
talk,
been
he's
here.
fucking
So not all
stupid.
black people have
Just
ever
like
all
you.
been slaves.
You're a fucking idiot.
You're
You're
a fucking
fucking
idiot.
dumb.
You don't know
You're
your
dumb and you
history.
can stay out of these
You're dumb as
conversations.
fuck.
You know your
You
history,
are
but you don't
dumb as fuck.
understand it. Comprehension is a fucking
More,
skill. Go learn it.
more. Do you know what a more is?
Yes, I know what a fucking more is. Most smarter than you. They would have known better
And they
than to
understand the
recite the
Constitution
fucking
way more than you
Constitution.
do. They
You're
understand the
stupid.
Constitution way more than you. They
They
actually
understand the
consider themselves
Constitution more
separate
than
from the
you do.
Constitution as
You're
to
an
their
idiot.
treaty. Yeah, you
And
definitely don't
and yet
understand
and
nothing.
and yet
Zip.
they still, regardless
Thank
of
you.
their
Thank
more
you very
shit,
much for
are
showing
still
your
treated
your
like
your
everybody else.
true colors as a Democrat. Because I could
I'm
tell
not a
you do
Democrat.
not
Whoa,
want
whoa, whoa,
freedom.
whoa. No. Hold on.
Oh yeah,
I'm
you
not a
gotta be a
Democrat.
Democrat.
I'm
What
not
are
a
you?
Democrat. I'm definitely not a Democrat.
You sure
Fuck
fit a
that.
donkey.
Fuck that. A Democrat. Are
You
you
sure fit a
crazy?
donkey, my friend.
Buddy, I'm so far left that I got my gun rights back.
Oh, you socialist?
Fuck yeah.
Oh
I want
boy.
better for you and everybody in here.
Oh wow. Wow. How does socialists lead to freedom? Tell me that.
Oh,
How
this
did
guy say Antifa. I mean, I am
how
Antifa too.
I'm definitely, oh yeah,
how
if you guys want to call
how
it, I'm definitely
I am
anti-fascist.
Antifa.
a
Are you
I'm
socialist
definitely
Antifa, Georgia?
anti-fascist.
Georgia, you Antifa?
you can function as a socialist in a capitalist country, but you can't function as a
Georgia, you
capitalist in a
Antifa?
socialist country. You know that, right?
Georgia, are you
Bring it
Antifa?
to me
Yes
a
or no?
social program. See how
No,
stupid
I'm
you are?
not.
No, you're not Antifa.
Antifa
Okay, that's why you support
Antifa
these guys.
Right,
Antifa is definitely not a constitutionalist.
right. But you're for fascism. Good
Oh
job.
boy. No,
Good job. You're a
I'm for
fascist.
God given inalienable rights, sir.
Listen,
I'm for God
like I
given
said
inalienable
before,
rights and the true purpose of it.
I don't believe in fairy tales. I don't do the God thing. Go fuck
Yeah.
yourself.
Okay. Okay.
Um,
In God we
fairy.
trust. You
Yeah,
sure you
no,
like
fuck him.
spending the money?
Fuck him. He did nothing.
Yeah, you sure you like spending that
He's
money
done
though?
nothing.
You like that
He's done
greenback?
nothing for us.
Yeah, you sure use like that greenback, right?
Yeah, so do you.
Of course. What does it say on it? In God we trust.
Yeah. Okay.
Who
All right, guys.
cares?
Hey, guys, I gotta go. Okay,
Whatever.
have a good night, everybody.
Take care,
I
bro. Have a
need
good
to
All
one.
right,
go
take care.
Good
sleep.
night, Max. You still
All right.
suck.
Take care, everybody.
And you
Have a good
suck
night.
dick.
God.